quest where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride, with McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Be on the quest where the stories grow, faith, fire, and games in the world we know. Adventure calls, the table is set, let's take the leap, our best quest yet. From the first light to the game's last stand, we're chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith, adventure, stories untold, first responder hearts brave and bold. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride, with McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride, with McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Beyond the quest, where the stories grow, faith, fire, and games in the world we know. Adventure calls, the table is set, let's take the leap, our best quest yet. From the first light to the game's last stand, we're chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith, adventure, stories untold, first responder hearts brave and bold. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride, with McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride, with McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Beyond the quest, where the stories grow, faith, fire, and games in the world we know. Adventure calls, the table is set, let's take the leap, our best quest yet. From the first light to the game's last stand, we're chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith, adventure, stories untold, first responder hearts brave and bold. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride, with McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride, with McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Beyond the quest, where the stories grow, faith, fire, and games in the world we know. Adventure calls, the table is set, let's take the leap, our best quest yet. From the first light to the game's last stand, we're chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith, adventure, stories untold, first responder hearts brave and bold. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride, with McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chance crew, come join the ride, with McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Beyond the quest, where the stories grow, faith, fire, and games in the world we know. Adventure calls, the table is set, let's take the leap, our best quest yet. From the first light to the game's last stand, we're chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith, adventure, stories untold, First responder hearts brave and bold. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chomp's crew, come join the ride, with McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chomp's crew, come join the ride, with McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Beyond the quest, where the stories grow, faith, fire, and games in the world we know. Adventure calls, the table is set, let's take the leap, our best quest yet. From the first light to the game's last stand, we're chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith, adventure, stories untold, first responder hearts brave and bold. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chomp's crew, come join the ride, with McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chomp's crew, come join the ride, with McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide.
The following episode of Beyond the Quest is recorded live and is presented unedited. That means you're hearing it exactly as it happens, raw, real, and in the moment. As such, you may encounter raw and unfiltered moments, technical hiccups, or spontaneous conversations. You're going to hear from real-life first responders and people of the Christian faith. The views and opinions expressed by the host and guest are their own and do not necessarily reflect those of our sponsors, partners, or the group Slim Chance Gaming. Listener discretion is advised, and we thank you for joining us on this journey. Now sit back and enjoy the show.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Beyond the Quest, where MoonPie decided to be around once again.
Here.
After he blew us off and called us losers and said he didn't want anything to do with us ever again.
And if
Dude,
you'll
it
notice,
was an emotional moment.
he took the hate mail so serious.
Look at the baby face.
On.
What supports you now? No, I look like I'm 12. Not Sigma. I still don't know what that means, Grum.
Not Sigma.
Not Sigma.
Now he looks like a beta baby. No cap. Oh.
I accept my fate.
How is it down? Where are you at, Alabama?
Yes, it feels like I am hiding in the crotch of Satan's pants. It is
like a
hot.
place to be.
It's hot here. It's hot here.
By the way, MoonPie, I don't know if you saw the announcement, but thanks to all of the wonderful viewers, I did hit affiliate. That means you have to find.
You got to
find the lyrics
sing.
and sing Timu Christmas.
Man, if I had known, I could have tried to get it set up today.
Well,
But I can find them, and I will be ready next Monday morning. Unless I don't have internet.
You can't believe a face like that. Look at that.
It doesn't look like it would support me in my time of need.
hey, Mander.
Who let her back in here? I heard, Mander, that you guys woke up with a surprise.
Yep.
I bet you're super happy. I could just imagine. I bet she is just rainbows and butterflies.
Railed.
Don't want to talk about it. Anybody else that's wondering, their dog pooped in their bed.
Yep, she did.
Yes, Grum. Mander is here.
I know, Grum.
She does it out of spite. I'm pretty sure. I got a spiteful dog.
What'd you do to the dog? Make it so mad?
Nothing. I'm a good dog dad, and she is just an ungrateful.
Oh, did the deposit come through, Brian?
At mediocre Mender, I would love to be able to tell you, Brian, that it did, but I don't do anything with the finances.
That's the reason you're not Mander.
He's completely unreliable. It did.
Hey, it did. Woo, hallelujah.
Oh,
I told you guys, you set expectations low, and you can never let you down.
welcome to the mediocre life.
Hashtag mediocre. Oh, so we were in an antique mall, and found a couple good finds. First, found this car decal that is a giant MoonPie with a bite taken out that says "I love MoonPie."
That is awesome.
Bought it for my wife, and then I found a box of unopened 1987 Topps baseball cards. I've never really collected baseball cards or anything, but I thought, they're unopened. And it was the kind like that still had the gum in it, and the gum was still in it.
And you ate it, didn't you?
No, I did not eat it. The first pack I open, I pull. Hold on, I'll see if I can find it.
I think I remember your message about this because I asked the kids and I was a little disappointed in my children.
The
Yeah, I
MoonPie
still don't know.
didn't try the gun, but apparently his child did.
Oh, yeah, that probably happened.
Yeah, Mander says Josiah tried to eat it.
Uh-oh, it's not here. Oh, there it is. I don't know if this has any value whatsoever because, like I said, I've never done baseball cards, but I pulled a Barry Bonds rookie card.
Yeah, I told my children and they said, "Who's Barry Bonds?"
Wow.
And I was like, "I thought you all liked baseball."
Wow.
We're still working on your package. Vet instantly shot it down like 30 seconds after I sent it. LOL.
Dun, dun, dun.
Grum says eating the gum is a dumb way to die.
I kind of miss my setup with my little hamper.
Do you want to tell the people why? Chad, what'd you do?
Oh, man.
It was only 4,500 out of budget. Hey, I'm. You go big or go home, right?
I mean, you do
At least
what you
you,
gotta do.
at least you ask first.
A wise man once told me, "You ask for way more than you actually expect to get."
Hey, oh, don't throw his words at him. Don't throw the words at him. Man's on vacation.
But I had an interesting run last night.
Oh yeah, I heard an interesting story last night.
Yeah, so a call came out that it was a possible overdose. A woman had found a guy wearing 13 fentanyl patches and trying to eat 3 of them.
Holy cow.
And she pulled the patches off and started tingling, so she was worried she was overdosing as well. So they sent 2 trucks, which, okay, makes sense. If she handled them enough, it is a possibility or whatever. But we get there, and the guy is sitting up talking and drinking a beer. Like, he is talking to a state trooper while drinking a beer. And we're like, okay, something's not right here. So the first question we had was, okay, what happened here? He's like, oh, I started drinking. Well, how many did you have? I bought a 30-pack earlier. This is the last one right here. Okay, so you're beyond drunk, all right? So what exactly happened here? Well, about halfway through that 30-pack, I just up and decided everybody'd be better off if I wasn't around. So I stole some fentanyl patches from my father-in-law because I heard that was quick and easy. but it wasn't quick. So we look at the woman and we're like, okay, so you found him? She's like, yeah, technically we're divorced, but I still care about the idiot. He just won't grow up. And we're like, oh, okay. And she goes, yeah, I pulled the patches off. I tried to make him spit out the ones he was chewing on, but he swallowed them. And we're like, okay, well, how are you feeling? Well, I'm not sure. How long ago was it that you removed the patches? Oh, over an hour ago. Okay, well, you're clearly not ODing if it was over an hour ago, but we'll check your vitals anyway. And the guy goes, hey, this trooper is a cool guy. He's not rude like most of them. So I did try to run from him when I first saw his cruiser. And he got out, and I thought, oh, man, he's going to hurt me. And he's just like,
He's gonna hurt me.
quit being stupid. Kill.
He's gonna hurt me.
Yeah, apparently he was sitting in his ex-wife's van waiting on EMS, saw the trooper, jumped out of the van and tried to run up the hill and ran right into a briar patch. The trooper got out, and from the briar patch he's yelling, you're gonna tackle me or tase me or something, aren't you? No, quit being stupid and come out of the hill. Like, I just want to talk to you, man. So, yeah, that was an interesting one. He was more drunk than
Nice.
anything.
Those stories are always the best.
It's like the people that run just because they think they have a warrant when they don't.
Or the
I would
Get
people
ready
you
to release
the
them,
people
they
you
just
come to
take off.
get that already ran, and then you walk up to and you're like, what happened? And they're like, I fell. How many times? Like,
Very clumsy.
oh, Napkins, how are you this morning?
Oh, I'm here.
Hey, Faith. Welcome.
You joined to listen to hear about Eastern Kentucky's finest.
What the hell? This is the weirdest gum I ever did chew on.
So I hadn't heard about this, and Cal was informing me of a thing that happened yesterday. Did you all hear about a church shooting
Yeah.
in
Guy
Michigan?
drove his car into the church, got out, and then just started trying to open fire. But one of the members was packing. and
One of
took
the
him
members
down.
shot him, and he got back in he took off running, and the deacon come around the church in his F-150 and ran the dude over and killed him.
I did not hear that part. I
Yes.
just heard that a church member was packing and took him down.
Yeah. Well,
That's
the
like that
church
person
member
did it.
shot him like twice, and the dude took off running, and I'm like, okay, he's a beast, you know. And then apparently the deacon come flying around in his F-150 and ran the dude over and killed him.
It'll be their next commercial.
So then
Really?
they done an interview or whatever with the cops of their briefing, and they were congratulating the deacon on his driving skills.
I really hope as the deacon was doing it, he was saying something like, not in the Lord's house.
Yeah, Kyle was
He didn't
telling
mean
me.
to run the guy over. He was just trying to catch up to him. And then,
I was scared trying to leave. I didn't know he's there.
what do you mean somebody shot the church?
Oh, that would be great.
I'm legally blind. I don't know.
I don't know. It'd be pretty great if it's like the Will Ferrell scene and the other guys, America! Did you
America.
just yell America?
Kyle was like, "Did you hear about this?" I was like, "No." He said, "Yeah, I officially like deacons." I was like, "What? What are you talking about?" And he's like, "Yeah, he ran somebody over."
I officially like Deacon.
Yeah,
I want to
good
drive
times.
to Michigan and shake that man's hand.
Yeah.
Great.
I was like, so you're telling me the person that was packing and shot him isn't the one that killed him? He's like, nope, it's the deacon.
The Deacon did it.
Finishing this job.
Yeah, good
Speaking
times.
of things that people may not have heard about, have you guys heard about like everything that's going on in the Panama Canal right now?
Negative.
Panama Canal? No.
Yeah, they've stripped away like civilians' rights and everything because in order to it's almost like they're enacting a form of martial law because of the civil unrest that's going on. It's like crazy. I was reading about it yesterday, and it's just apparently it's been building since like March.
You snap your fingers at that cat.
Yeah, I'm about to go hit it.
I'm about to go punch it.
Cat abuse.
Sam's
All of
Quint's
a
shirt.
sudden, we just see the cat come flying across the camera.
Meow. Well, you didn't even go hit it.
Get to the end of the counter and it runs.
I think they're taunting you.
It's Ezra. He's too stupid to taunt.
Napkins, you have any funny stories for us this morning?
No, not really. Unfortunately, I had the baby flu this weekend, so
Again?
Yeah.
Isn't that like 4 weeks in a row or something?
no, it's here. I don't think it's necessarily fair, but last weekend I was supposed to have babies, and the one that they put on the units is pretty new to phlebotomy and can't really handle the units. So she asked me to switch her floors after the first day of the weekend. So after Friday, we switched floors for Saturday and Sunday. So they put me back on babies this weekend because they said that I didn't finish my rotation on babies. And I'm like, but that's not really my fault. Where did MoonPie go?
He's
I'm
back.
still here. Did I go somewhere?
Yeah, your camera went away and came back. You said something, but I didn't hear anything.
Oh, me?
Yeah. Yeah, your mouth moved, but no noise comes through.
I'm actually a walking Japanese film. Hello,
What was that? Was it Kung Pao? Was that stupid movie?
Kung Pao
I
into the
love that one.
fist.
That one and
Wee 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 wee.
what's the other one that's
Oh, birdie.
Eva Betty.
He's supposed to be like the Vista Buddha or whatever. That one was pretty good too.
Oh.
Kung Fu Hustle.
Oh
what
yeah,
it
Kung
is.
Fu Hustle.
That one's pretty good too.
Anyways,
And it hurts.
what's on your brain, Taco?
Super Mario Cousin.
We have an announcement.
Peach and I have decided to get married on July 4th instead of waiting.
America! Sorry, I don't know why I thought to scream that. America!
Getting married on July 4th, that seems like a very bold
No.
decision.
It's brilliant because now they never have an excuse if they forget their anniversary.
Now everybody in America is going to celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess. True.
Yeah, everybody's going to be like shooting fireworks off, and they're going to be like, wow, people really like us.
Yeah,
You get
Mancher's
free
right.
fireworks for your special day. How you getting free fireworks?
But everyone
Because other
around them
people
will be
be
shooting
shooting
them off.
That depends if you go to them.
Want to them? Why?
English speak what? I didn't follow that, Vet.
Why use a lot word when few words can help them?
Want to tell them why.
Oh, is there more news?
I like how Vet just calls everybody out when they try to.
Dun 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 dun.
I can't handle the suspense. I don't have a beard to get me through it.
That's a good point, Ninja.
Guys, smart.
Morning, Ninja.
Go all out on fireworks every year now.
Don't spend that much on fireworks. It's for our anniversary.
I thought you loved me.
Well, now the suspense is killing me, Mario.
Yep. face is cold.
What?
I don't have my emotional support beard to get me through this moment of suspense.
Oh, yeah.
Can't handle
I keep forgetting who's in here. I keep like, who's this kid?
it. Who's this little boy?
Josiah, where'd your daddy go?
MoonPie, I can barely hear you.
I don't know how to fix that. I can't do anything. It's the headset is what it is. But I'm already this far in. Can you hear me if I talk loud?
You're blaming her equipment that she loaned to you.
Why can't you just turn it up?
How do I do that? On the side of the headset, there's a button.
I know there is to hear.
If you go into your...
I meant the TeamSpeak.
Yeah, TeamSpeak. He can't hear us because he's got his headset
The
on.
TeamSpeak app, you ding dong.
Good gravy, this is loud.
Yeah, you just turned up what you're hearing.
You just turned us up. If you go...
you don't ever listen to
into
Mander.
TeamSpeak settings, you should be able to turn it up that way.
Okay, TeamSpeak, and go to...
Oh, wait, does he
Permissions.
remember?
Wait. No, hold on. Don't tell me. Preferences.
Yeah.
And then I'll go to playback.
Capture.
I'll go to capture.
The headset is awesome, by the way. Well, I'm glad MoonPie's using it and not you.
Actually, she used it all evening yesterday.
Don't burst my bubble like that.
Okay,
There we go,
wait.
Mario. I guess August 1st, we will officially be launching Beta Phase 2, so we will be married and back from the honeymoon when the program launches. Woo!
Nice.
So many announcements!
I can't figure this out.
You're a turd. Don't call Mario a turd. That's hurtful, Mander. We don't appreciate that. We don't even appreciate that in this chat.
Are you on your Mac? Is that what you're on?
I am on Mander's Mac, yes.
That's
I
awesome.
borrowed-
I'm
everything
excited.
I use is not mine.
You'll
Hashtag
probably
mediocre.
have to go. You'll probably have to go into.
I'm on capture, but I don't see anything about volume.
Do you not see the big slider?
No, there's no big slider. There's one that
'Cause
says
you're on
remove
Mac.
background noise.
Ohio Riz with
Go
mac and
into-
cheese.
Wait, did this
Mander
help?
with no Riz, just beta.
Did this do anything?
I understood
I feel like
beta.
you're softer now.
Softer.
What?
What about
Go
now?
into your Mac preferences, your Mac settings.
Mac settings. So get off of TeamSpeak.
Don't close TeamSpeak.
Don't close TeamSpeak. That'd be bad.
Move the
do
mic
that.
closer to your mouth.
It
See?
don't move. It
Oh.
sticks out like a big
Open
thing.
system settings.
Okay, I got system settings open.
Go to sound.
The wife says she can hear him good.
Yeah, I can hear him all right.
Did you go to
Okay.
sound?
I am on sound.
All right. Now, do you see where it says input?
Yes.
No, you should see a
Oh, it's
input
super low.
volume slider.
Okay.
There you go.
Now
Slide
watch
it
him
up.
start blasting everybody's eardrums.
Does that help?
Go
Anybody hear?
higher.
I don't know. Higher.
Yes.
Higher and higher. Is that? I feel like I'm going to hurt people's earballs.
Earballs.
That's better. That's better for me.
Okay, how about that?
Sure, don't be hurting people's earballs.
How about right meow?
Right, meow.
Right meow?
Yeah. You sound
It's a little better, still quiet.
Mander,
Okay.
maybe
Some
you
more.
need to turn your
How about
volume
now? Can you hear me now?
She's probably got her volume off just listening to you talking there.
through the roof.
She's just hearing you in the next room. Is like, oh, why is he so low?
Maybe she's been playing too much Fortnite and she's blew her eardrums out.
Okay, I'm one level down from maxing this thing out. I'm gonna leave it right there.
Well, I don't know how you could go much higher if you're about maxed that out.
I said I'm one level down. I got another level I could go.
But
Oh,
you're
yeah.
mediocre, so you can't do that.
Bum,
You
bum,
can't
bum.
go all the
I
way.
can't do that. No, you can't go all the way. It's just like stuff you can't do. I was
Oh,
going with that.
it's just like stuff you can't do. Go to bed, MoonPie. Are you sleepy?
No,
Why she wants you to go bed?
I don't know.
She don't love you no more.
He
I gotta
can't.
shoot.
A
I gotta
dog
shoot
pooed in it.
fireworks on our anniversary.
He sounds fine on Twitch, Ninja says.
Good to know.
I don't know what she's listening on.
Probably Twitch.
Maybe her phone messed up. Which Twitch is she watching, though?
It should pop up on who she's chatting on. Let's see. She is watching yours.
Oh. I don't know, then. I've got him tuned up pretty well.
Dog.
Just like Oogie in Austin's yard.
What?
Oh, I said Dolly pooed in your bed. So, funny story. If you've never tried to thaw meat in the kitchen sink for dinner, when you do, make sure you turn the water off.
Uh-oh.
My wife flooded our kitchen. And so we was cleaning and looked out the hallway of our back door, and you can see our dog over in the neighbor's field just squatted.
Nice.
Yep, it's flooded the kitchen. It's fun.
In there.
You flooded your kitchen?
No, Amanda's mother flooded our camper.
Oh,
That seems a little worse.
yeah.
It was fun. There. Wonderful. We were all scattering around, jumping, taking every stitch of clothing we had, throwing it in the floor, trying to soak it up. It was
We
amazing.
used towels.
Yeah, we have 4 towels, I think. We used all 4 of them.
You only keep 4 towels in the thing you live in?
At the time, yes.
Oh.
That seems like a poor decision on your part.
Yeah, we got like 6 now.
Not 6.
Well, we have 10.
Oh, we got
according to
10.
You can't count.
That's
Well-
Mediocre. My
He
math is mediocre.
He didn't read it, so
I didn't read it.
He could
It was
have.
a low blow.
It was the beard.
Dun dun dun. Oh, we had more than 4 at the time too, apparently.
It just seemed like less with all the
Just
water
seemed-
everywhere.
Yeah, with all the water, it just seemed like 4.
Alrighty. Napkins, what's on your brain?
that I've got a very busy day and week this week.
Appointments or shining cars?
Shining cars. It's
Really?
Yeah, it's been picking up. I've got about 4 people right now that all want their vehicles shined up before the 4th, and it's supposed to rain all week. So
Not this week.
no, next week. Starting on Thursday this week, it's supposed to be thunderstorms all the way up until Tuesday. So
I don't know. Still Bobby's garage.
That's a good idea.
Listen, I was about ready to open a business. Because I went to had an appointment to get my oil changed, right? At Mr. Tire.
Mr. Tire.
not sponsored, don't want to be.
Till the man informs me it's going to be $199. And I said, for what? And he said, well, it takes synthetic oil. I said, not that much. Like, what?
Jeez.
I said, what are you talking about? I said, it was like $70 at the dealership. He said, oh, yeah, you can go over there and get it done that cheap. So, why are you charging that much? Oh, it's just how much it costs, man. Needless to say, he did not change my oil. I went and got the stuff, and Napkins and them changed it for me. Because I would not have been able to get off the ground.
Mediocre Mander. Don't ever go to O'Reilly for anything. The Pikeville location.
This is true.
Well, if it makes you feel better, the Pressenberg location was blown away by that story and gave me a discount because of it.
Nice.
Hold that thought.
Get that spam out of here.
He spoke of sponsorship, and it reminded me. So, Amanda has the electronic banking monopoly,
Mm-hmm.
and I was looking at the pieces, and I wanted to show you this one. Altoids.
We don't like Altoids anymore.
No.
They were mean to napkins. After they saved so many lives.
Well, they cause mouth sores anyways. Anywho,
Did you ever get L8 to sponsor us? No,
No.
no.
tell them how could they not sponsor a Tucky?
Did you
thing?
say Tucky?
He did.
I say Kentucky. I just couldn't hear the Ken. My volume.
I hope they bring back the peach flavor again this
Get
year so I can
get
try it.
MoonPies to sponsor us.
That would be amazing.
They'd be like, we prefer not to be mediocre.
That's what we should do. We should get Taco Bell to sponsor us. We should get MoonPie to sponsor us. We should get
Bounty?
Bounty to sponsor us. Yeah.
I love it.
You'll never catch me saying this again, but mediocre Mander, that was actually a brilliant idea.
Wow, this podcast went downhill quick.
And just like that, my
Send me
viewers
all-
dropped to 0.
Send me all the free moon pies and McDonald's. What?
Can you scream?
Can we move on? No more compliments to Mander.
I have a question.
There are answers to be had.
Me.
Wow, what a question.
Oh, I can ask it right now? Okay, cool.
Sure.
Okay, so, you know how, like, if you're playing a game and you have the option to customize a character, a lot of times it'll give you the ability to max out so many skills. Like if you play a sports game and you wanna max your character out, you can
Attributes.
put there. Yeah, attributes. There you go. That's the word I was looking for. Thank you for being in my brain.
Brainwaving.
If you guys could customize yourself, what 3 skills would you max out in your life and why?
Stamina. So you don't get tired. Fortitude. So you don't get sick as much. See? And food. So you're not always hungry, so you don't get really fat.
Judah
Judas?
would max out backflips.
That wasn't in my attribute list. I would have done that.
Apparently mine must be at -10.
That's the 3 I would max out.
I
there-
took away from backflips so I could max out other stuff.
Yeah, well, I had to have food up there. Somersault was next, but
I like it.
Napkins, would you like to go next?
Sure. So, I agree. I would do stamina or energy first.
of course.
Of course. Oh my gosh. Oh, look at Streamlabs doing things.
Whoa, mine don't do that.
I don't even have one.
I lost my train of thought.
You would do stamina or energy first.
Yes.
Please continue.
Yes. Intelligence would be second.
See, I'm gonna be dumb as rocks, but
I'm
I ain't gonna get tired.
Stamina.
And then probably strength would be my third. And my reasons why is number one, stamina, energy is, you would never be tired. You wouldn't have to. If you had to, you wouldn't have to sleep because you could get more stuff done that way. Intelligence, because if you're smart enough, you can figure out how to do anything.
So a nerdy strong man.
And strength.
Some woman's
Exactly.
dreams.
And strength, because what you lack, if you're super smart, you might be lacking physical strength to do something. But if you've got both super smarts and strength, ain't nothing's gonna be able to stop you.
Well, when you're starving to death and sick, you let me know how that goes.
What happens though when those games always only let you max out at 99, so then that 1% you still get sick and then you just die. It's like playing Oregon Trail all over again. I got dysentery.
Well, I think I definitely have to also pick stamina to start with because I just feel like I don't have energy most of the time, so need that. I would probably also go with intelligence because it seems like there's a giant lacking of intelligence in the world today. And probably wisdom. Like, let's go ahead and
So
do the new
so
song
you would know what it's
people
like to
would
have
quit
common
arguing.
sense. Interesting.
That'd be a new one.
MoonPie,
My mic unmuted.
what's yours?
Okay, so it's crazy because you all three said one of my things. I was going to choose stamina, fortitude, and wisdom. So, and that's
Oh,
yeah, that's pretty cool. Because I don't like getting sick, especially on the road, because it's really hard to get medicine. So we just pray through it and try not to cough on a lot of folks. And I would choose stamina because I don't like running out of breath when I tie my shoes. And I would choose wisdom for the moments when opportunities at humility invite themselves into my life. For example, yesterday I was preaching with a lapel mic, which is not good for me. I don't know what to do with my hands. I'm preaching with a lapel mic, and so morning service, I had it on my blazer, and my blazer kept getting caught, and it kept yanking it off. So after you know exactly what to do with your hands. Anywho, don't be talking. I'm telling my story. So then yesterday evening they had me try the lapel mic again, and I think I ripped that thing off about 4 times in the middle, and it was always right at when I was trying to make a point. And so if I had wisdom, I could navigate through that instead of just stopping and staring at everybody and being like, so anyhow.
I thought that you were going to tell the story about how the N is important.
Oh yeah, that is that old sneaky in. Yeah, that's when that church canceled on us again when we came down here this time. That's the third time in a row. They've not had us back since it burned down.
That you wish that you prophesied upon them.
don't you
That was
spit
an
that evil
accident.
on me, MoonPie.
It's going to rain down fire. Hey, brother, our church burnt down.
Well, she calls us at 2 a.m, and she's just like, I want to let you know that word come to pass, and it's 2 a.m. So I'm like, well, bless the Lord, hallelujah. And she said, yeah, our church just burned to the ground. No.
Moments you should stay silent a little longer.
Again, wisdom.
You know what would have made that even harder question?
What's
Commander,
that?
use that authority to speak to our
So-
bank account now.
So each of us get a max 3 attributes, but they can't be the same ones.
Oh,
Ooh.
like we all have to pick different ones.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Now figure it out.
Don't make me think this hard this early in the morning, please, after no sleep on a 12-hour shift.
Why
Well,
would you
okay,
sleep
then.
on your shift anyway? Are you allowed to do that?
I mean, what administration doesn't know won't hurt them. Don't call me out like that live.
Don't let the devil use you. Okay, well, if we can't have the same ones, I think I would max out my speed so that even though I wouldn't have like super speed, I would be like naturally super fast.
Natural.
So like,
Super
yeah,
fast.
you know, people would be like, "Wow, that guy's really fast." It wouldn't be like, "Whoa, he's the Flash," but it would be like, "I'm impressed."
He's moving normal.
I'm kind of impressed. He's slightly faster than average.
I
That's
think
not
he just outran a
mediocre.
bicycle. Everything was so mediocre until I saw him run, and I was impressed.
I would probably, if I had to change one, then I would move stamina to health. That way, if you did get hurt, you know what?
I got
Let's
enough.
work it
I can
out.
spare
It's,
some.
it's just a flesh wound.
I can spare a few hits.
What do you guys think about what's going on in the Middle East?
Oh gosh, which
Oh
part?
Lord!
Bom, bom, bom.
How to lose the sponsors we already have?
I personally think we should have taken out Iran's nuclear capabilities a lot longer or a lot earlier than we did now,
Should have done it years ago.
right? Even before this presidency. Like I think that's something that we should have been like full stop.
To be fair, you know, they've made it a very open common thing of they don't like us anyway. They want us gone. Like they've asked for it, so let them have it.
So, this can kind of sum up my opinion on it. Like, I saw on a post on Facebook, somebody's like, "Hope you like $15 gas prices, because that's what's coming. Iran's gonna block the strait and stop all the oil." And I'm like, you know, the last time a country tried this, the U.S. went in and in slightly over a month put a stop to it and invented a brand new bomb to do so in 4 weeks' time. Like,
Dun, dun,
we have the
dun.
bomb now.
We
I
have
would
the
give them
bomb.
about 2 weeks tops before they're begging us to quit. Like, people don't realize how quickly Desert Storm actually took place.
Like my thing is, I
So-
mean, have you ever heard the old saying, "You poke the bear"? You know,
So, with the whole Desert Storm conflict, originally, we weren't involved at all. That was entirely a Middle Eastern thing. It was a conflict in the region. Until Iraq said, we're going to mess with oil. Because that was how Kuwait was getting its money to fund its military. That's when the U.S. and everybody else is like, no. You don't touch oil. That's a no-no. So, Iraq and Saddam decide, yeah, we're going to stop the oil. From August to January, the U.S. just started stockpiling all their forces along the border. Like every border of Iraq. They're just building up as much as they can. The other UN coalition members that took part, they're sending things, but I mean, honestly, it wasn't needed. Meanwhile, back here, the army's like, hey, so most of their bunkers are pretty deep underground. They're made out of a lot of concrete. What are we going to do about that? They task a group of engineers to create a bunker buster bomb as quickly as possible. The original bunker buster bomb was essentially just a giant concrete tube with a warhead attached to it. Like that's pretty much all it was. It weighed over 4,000 pounds by itself. So
God.
It's
in
your history
January-
lesson.
In January of 1991, that's when the U.S. is like, all right, it's go time. Within a single day, we eliminated all of Iraq's air capabilities. Like one day, just from U.S. forces bombing, all Air Force capabilities were gone. That includes anti-air defenses. By February 28th, when it ended, we were literally just staging and playing and dragging it out so we could test the bunker buster bomb, which we ended up using on a bunker. It just wasn't the one Saddam was in at the time. But immediately he's like, oh, no, we're good. Oil's good. We're not touching oil anymore. We have now perfected that bunker buster bomb to where this new one that they just used weighs over 30,000 pounds. It can penetrate 200 feet into the surface through concrete. Pretty sure if we want those facilities gone, they're gone.
What was you gonna say, Napkins?
I was just gonna say one thing that I thought was funny about all this, and I don't know if you guys seen this, but there was a really small news organization that covered it, but after everything had happened and stuff, you know, they still got like some naval ships and stuff that's out close to the area. They're not like way over there, but they're off the coast. I guess just kind of in case tensions rise or whatever, but there was an Iranian spy plane that was flying over top of them, and and the U.S. sent satellite images to Iran officials of the spy plane taking off, the spy plane over the naval ships, and the spy plane landing, just as like a "we see you," you know that, right? But no, so
I hear echoing.
yeah, I don't think MoonPie muted.
Oh.
But here's my thing. I do agree with what MoonPie said as far as it should have been done earlier, and I'm actually going to read something in a second that's being shared all over Facebook. But number one, one thing that I've been seeing a lot, because there are journalists and stuff that are in Israel that's like recording the missiles that Iran has been launching into Israel, and their air defenses taking them out, and the air raid sirens and all that stuff. And people are commenting on those like Iran has a right to defend themselves. Here's the difference: Israel and the U.S. was not attacking civilians. They were orchestrating precise, calculated strikes on nuclear facilities only. They were not attacking civilian houses. They were not attacking hospitals. However, Iran is. They are attacking civilian buildings. They are attacking hospitals. But what I wanted to read, that's being shared all over Facebook. Bill Clinton in 1995 said, "We are determined to prevent Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons." That's it. He said it. He didn't do anything. George W. Bush in 2005 said, "Iran must not be allowed to develop nuclear weapons, period." That's it. He said it. He didn't do anything. Barack Obama in 2015 said, "I have stated that Iran will never be allowed to obtain a nuclear weapon per a contract, a written agreement." Hillary Clinton in 2016 said, "I will do everything in my power to prevent Iran from obtaining a nuclear weapon." That was it. It was just words. Joe Biden in 2022 said, "We will not allow Iran to acquire a nuclear weapon." That was it. A broken promise. In June of 2025, Donald J. Trump said, "Iran's key nuclear enrichment facilities have been completely and totally obliterated. Thank you for your attention."
Mic drop. I'm curious, Vet. What are your thoughts on what's happening in the Middle East?
Thank you, Donald Day Trump.
Hurtful.
While we wait on
I
Vet's
just poured
response,
that all over myself
Why?
because my beard wasn't there to catch it.
while we wait on Vet's response, you know, it's kind of hard to say that they're allowed to defend themselves from, having their nuclear operations attacked and everything when it's proven, like beyond doubt, they have evidence that Iran was the backing for Hezbollah, Hamas, all of these proxy groups throughout the Middle East that have claimed responsibility for attacking Israel and U.S. Assets over there. So, in a way, this was just us waiting as long as possible before finally being like, okay, we're done with this. And in another way, people being surprised that Israel decided to go after Iran now are really like naive, because the second that they went after Hamas, running their puppet regime in Palestine, Israel had said, we're done with this, we're putting an end to all of it. They didn't realize that when they said they were done, they meant we're going to the source.
Like, the Middle East has been at war for years. Always at war.
Since it began.
So, like, my thing is, one's got to lose it at some point. And I would rather Iran be the one that lost. Just saying. I mean, if we're gonna back anyone to be an ally with, I'd 110% rather it be Israel.
Yes. Especially from a biblical standpoint. Which is crazy to me how many even ministers, I guess, have totally turned back from hold on just a second. I can't see what I'm doing.
It's not to mention, Trump did also give him a chance to surrender and not have to deal with it. You have a terrorist group that has always said death to all Americans, and they're about to have a nuke. Why would you not step in? Right.
Exactly.
That was almost word for word what Cal told me last night. He was like, "Why would we not just?" Because if you take a terrorist group and you say, "Hey, anything dealing with nuclear should never be in the same sentence unless it's you no longer have anything nuclear."
Well, even the people who say, well, they were compliant with all the UN's demands for their nuclear program, they weren't, though. Like,
Right.
there are repeated, documented efforts made by the UN's watchdog group to go in and check this stuff, of them being turned away or only sent to one specific location and denied access to the others.
Well, I even
Well,
saw like
even
a
the
bunch.
amount of enrichment. They've even gone beyond their
Yeah.
their allotted amount, and it's just, I don't know. People are ignorant.
I saw a bunch of people, doing the post of, well, I hope everybody's happy. We're in another war we wasn't even supposed to be a part of, and going on about putting all the troops in danger and stuff. And I was talking to Cal about a lot of this last night, and he was like, people don't really understand how many people that are in service that are itching to actually be able to do something. And if you're saying, hey, we're going to give you a chance to go drop a bomb on a bunch of terrorist groups, you know how many of them are hyped up right now, like, let's do this?
AC/DC playing in the background.
I don't know. My mind immediately went to CCR instead.
Yeah,
Fortunate son.
People are
People
too
are
people.
too peoply. That's what Manda says.
Manda.
So yeah, what I was saying a while ago, it's crazy to me how many um, professing Christians are totally against modern Israel, like just
Yeah.
100%. I was listening to a Tucker Carlson interview yesterday, I think it was. I don't know when the interview was from, but I was listening to it yesterday. It was he had Ted Cruz on there, and Candace Owens was doing commentary. But she was basically saying because Ted Cruz supports Israel because his number one reason was because the Bible instructs us to do so. And of course, she tries to debunk this, and her argument is totally nonsensical because she starts trying to say that in Genesis when it talks about um, all nations will be blessed uh, because of Israel, and those who bless Israel will be blessed. And she tries to say these are not talking about the nation of Israel; they're talking about the person. We're supposed to bless the person of Israel. And I'm like, hold on, hold on, hold on. The person of Israel would have been Jacob, who's dead. How am I supposed to bless a dead guy? And he becomes a nation because of his children and so on and so forth. So when I think people get hung up on the whole thing about um, forgetting that the promises God gave to Israel, the earthly promises, because they're promised the land. Those earthly promises are still good. Now we know we have heavenly promises that not only can Israel take part in, but the church can take part in. That's the part of us coming into the covenant where there is no Jew nor Greek nor bond nor free, and it's all the same across the board. And so I just think it's crazy how many professing Christians are totally against them, especially when things are lining up exactly how the Bible said it would through some of the major and minor prophets. Like so right now, all of the enemies that are aligning themselves against Israel, it's starting to look um, very similar to the Psalm 83 war that Asaph prophesied during the most peaceful time of David's kingdom, yet he's prophesying war. And uh, a lot of rabbinical scholars believe it's the Psalm 83 war that leads to, I think it's Isaiah 17 and then Ezekiel 38, the battle of Gog of Magog. And the nations that are in Ezekiel 38, we have seen them come into partnership with each other just in the last year, and so it amazes me that so many people are um, against it and dumbfounded by it, because like in Ezekiel 38 you have the mention of Gog of Magog, which in the ancient word that was used for it was Rosh, Rosh, and which a lot of people believe that was a different way to pronounce Russia. Then you have Meshech and Tubal, which represent like modern day Turkey, um, and parts of the Caucasus region. And then you have Persia, which is Iran. Then you have Kush, which is usually associated with Sudan and Ethiopia. Then you have Put, which is Libya. Then you have Gomer, which a lot of people think could be Turkey or Germany. It just depends on which interpretation. Then you have Beth Tamogar, which a lot of people believe is in the region of Turkey. So all of those regions, we're seeing them covered. Like Taco was saying, they're all surrounding Israel, but the Word of God says that when all that happens, God's going to bring victory, supernatural victory to Israel, and it will be a testimony of Himself. People will understand that He is God and that Israel is His people. Okay. Right.
U.S. officials and satellite operators confirmed they had everything they needed and was in the process of building a weapon that was expected to be completed in as little as 2 weeks. They themselves admitted that they had all the ingredients but wasn't actually building one. Are we really going to take a terrorist word for it because they pinky promised? Come on. Also seen a funny meme that said Iran is really taunting a president who has 23 felonies like he's afraid of making it 24.
I love it.
I do have ads running, sir.
I didn't blow
Minus.
you up. I promise with my pinky.
No,
I kill you.
You realize we can see on satellite that you're building a weapon, right?
I'm not.
No,
It's not me. It's not me.
No, I'm making dinner.
Making dinner.
We can see what you're doing. No, it's pizza. I'm watching you. No, you're not.
And then you have idiots like the UN who release a statement saying, Iran had the stuff, but they weren't going to build a bomb.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw a lot of that.
That must have been who got the pinky promise. Guys, it's okay. We pinky promised, and that's the most solemn vow there is.
I'm hungry. What? Ain't
Must
you got
be
nothing?
confused.
Ain't you got nothing to eat in that camper?
Yeah. Yeah. Minus. Gene splashing.
Talking about pizza. It'd be really rude for me to go get a piece of pizza right now and eat it on camera then, huh? Are you asleep, Napkins?
No, I was trying to find something, but I don't think I'm going to be able to find it.
Okay.
I like how the end of Napkin's microphone changes colors. It's very mesmerizing.
Oh, I can barely
Let's watch
notice it.
Yeah, see, look. Wee.
Wee.
So you're...
Yeah, we did have pizza last night after you flooded the kitchen.
Bum, bum,
All right, I can't find it. Are we ready for Quester's questions?
Waiting on you, big guy. So I heard MoonPie say that you have idiots that say, and then a commercial with a guy singing meow meow.
That's great.
And now Iran wants to blockade the Strait of
The Strait of Hormuz.
Hormuz. Is that how you say it?
I'm kind of excited to see how that plays out.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Stuff's gonna get blown up.
I mean, stuff already did get.
I was gonna say
I
that.
see Taco's mouth moving, but I don't hear him. Am I the only one?
Now I hear him.
How
There
about
he
now?
is. I can hear you.
So, not only is that what Saddam did to start Desert Storm, but the last time that Iran's Navy tried to mess with U.S. naval forces, 2 fighter jets crippled their entire Navy in a day.
Nice.
Like, the USSR recorded it. They sent one of their warships in the region close enough to record it and sent a radio signal to the U.S. forces stating, "We're not getting involved. We want to record this for history." And because of them, we have actual camera footage of what the U.S. Navy did to Iran the last time they messed with us.
That reminds me. Have you guys seen like on TikToks on TikTok and stuff the people that'll do like skits where it's like the different countries talking to each other and stuff like that?
Yes.
So there's one, and he's actually a military veteran, but he does one, and it's like supposed to be Iran talking to the U.S., and they're like, "We're gonna attack your planes," and goes to the U.S., and they're like, "Okay." It goes back, and it's like, "Well, we're gonna attack your army," and they're like, "Okay." It goes back to Iran. It's like, "We're gonna attack your boats," and then it goes to what's supposed to be Japan. And it was like, "No, don't do that. Don't do that." And it goes back to the U.S. His eyes twitching. He said, "You're gonna do what?" And it goes back to Japan, and they're like, "Don't mess with the boats, man. They're really weird about their boats."
I have to ask, was this habitual line crosser by any chance?
I believe so. Yeah.
I love his content. When he does that, he's always using a map to where it's just his mouth and eyes showing over the country.
Oh no, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah.
It wasn't that one.
He does a lot of great ones.
I saw one similar to it.
Retired Air Force.
They were talking about we were gonna hit the boats, and it was like, you don't mess with a man's boat. They knew that the cameraman never dies.
Yeah, I think people forget history way too quickly because
Yeah, it's
it was just 35 years ago that Saddam pulled the same stunt and nearly lost his country in a matter of months. So,
But now he's dead, so.
that's
it.
true.
The caption on it says they're about to find out why the U.S. doesn't have universal health care.
Yeah, I was telling somebody at work last night, a lot of countries are like, well, you're not so great. Look at your healthcare program. They don't understand that we spend more on our military than most of them make in a year. Like, our military budget in the U.S. is more than most countries' average, like, annual revenue.
But the creator, just to give a shout out to him, his name is Mandatory Fun Day. That's what he goes by on TikTok, and he's I don't know if he's still active, um, but he's an. I know he was in the army because he posts some content about it. But yeah, he's pretty entertaining.
I like to be
All right.
entertained.
Yeah, while we're just randomly shouting out either active or retired military people on TikTok and other platforms like that, Fat Electrician is a great one if you want to learn more military history.
You and your history and facts.
You and your facts.
You and your brain.
Nobody
Isn't that
wants
true?
facts.
All right.
Speaking
so,
of military and first responders, shout out to AVN.
Who's AVN?
That was a good little
Oh, it's
segment.
an awesome company called Angry Vet Nation. Do you love to game?
Maybe. Why?
Because you should go to angryvetnation.org. And then you'll find out that they're here to support those who have battled on the front lines or are first responders.
That sounds awesome!
Do they support them?
Because they'll help you get started if you're trying to get into the streaming world with a community of fellow brothers and sisters who love the same stuff you do.
So can anybody apply?
Only if you're a veteran or a first responder.
Wow.
Wow.
Amazing.
The zoom into the camera made that.
Yeah.
I
Dang,
just grabbed
MoonPie preaching.
I grabbed my table and I pulled myself close.
The zoom ins had me. I was captured.
Had to go with it immediately once you started that.
I mean, I don't want to brag or anything, but I thought it was pretty good.
all right. Getting into Quester's questions.
Dun dun dun.
Some of these are previously submitted for specifically MoonPie, and he wasn't here because he's a slacker, so I have to back up a little bit.
Yeah, he's a big old piece of crap.
Sorry.
All right. So
Been
the first
searching the
one,
land for barbecue.
yep, and that's what these are about, big guy. So
Have you found any new barbecue?
get
Well, I
your
gotta
note-
be big.
You better
I
get your
have not.
notepad ready.
I had a real life Alabaman make some ribs the other day. They all right.
Don't talk about that. His daddy told him that recipe.
Just did it.
All right. So the first one comes from Grub Lover. Grub Lover.
Grub blubber. Grub blub,
And
blub, blub,
it's addressed to you, and it says Memphis, Charlie Virgo's rendezvous. Go get you some grub, MoonPie. You won't regret it. A&R barbecue is good too. So this
Wait, what? So what's the first one called?
Charlie Virgo's rendezvous
Charlie Virgo's rendezvous. Hold on, I'm
in
gonna write this down.
Memphis.
Charlie.
That hurts,
Not
Charlie. Stop, Charlie. That hurts.
Oop, I misspelled that. How do you spell rendezvous?
So you're telling me on your way down there you didn't stop in
R-E-N.
Tennessee and find you some barbecue?
R-E-N.
No, I did not. Oh yeah, that's right. I was trying to use an O.
You should probably have Mando write these down.
Yeah, I'm looking them up. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna look this Let's look
Well,
here.
look it up after because there's several more of these that you're
Well,
gonna
the
have to
very
write
first picture looks super dry. Lots and lots of dry rub. But who knows?
down. They also said A&R barbecue is a good choice in Memphis as well.
Okay.
Okay.
The next one comes from Jason, and it's addressed to you from Tennessee, and all it says is peg leg porker.
Well, how rude.
I don't know if he was calling you that or if he was saying it's a good barbecue place.
I'm gonna look it up. If that's not a barbecue place, then Jason, we got problems.
He can't get his peg leg off. He already took his beard off. Come on now.
If it is with a name like that, I kind of feel like you have to try it.
Oh my gosh, it's real. And it's in Nashville. Man, it looks super dry too. What is up?
People must like dry rub.
I mean, I like a little bit of dry rub to season it, but I mean it could be just the angle of the picture, like they could just be taking it like that, but it makes it look like the meat has absolutely no moisture.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of that kind of
The
barbecue.
next one comes from Smokey,
Okay, and the bandit.
and he says, "Yo, MoonPie, if you want the best barbecue in the entire state of Tennessee, forget the
I would
tourist
like it.
traps and head straight to Martin's Barbecue Joint in Nolensville. I'm talking whole hog, smoked low and slow, the way the barbecue angels intended for it to be.
I can get behind that.
P.S. Get the redneck taco. It is life changing."
The redneck
So-
taco.
The week
Nolensville.
you weren't here when that was submitted, we did look this place up. It is technically now a chain. The Nolensville location is where it started, though, so I'll give them credit for that. I don't know. I looked it up and saw the pictures. I'm kind of on the fence about that one.
I'm only 3 hours from it.
So,
worth the
if you
take.
try one of these, are you going to do your live to let us know?
Yeah, as soon as somebody shows me how to go live on there, I'll do it.
You can go live from your phone.
Yeah.
On Twitch?
Yeah.
For reals?
Yeah. You have so much to learn.
I have so much to learn. Teach me.
Teach
All right.
me.
That's all the submissions we have right now.
Instead of
On-
streaming games, he streams barbecue.
As far
Hey, there's people who actually do that kind of stuff.
as far as the old submissions, now we're getting into the new stuff.
Out with the old, in with the new.
If you could copy and paste the names of those places and send them to me, I would be forever grateful.
I thought Manda wrote them down.
No, she ain't in here. I don't know if she wrote them down or not.
You can't.
Remind me
She
after
said
the
gotcha
show.
in the chat. Did she just lie to us and everyone in chat?
It is Mander. I mean,
I
Maybe.
have. She said,
Oh,
"I got
she
you,
got
boo."
me. She got me.
All right. So the first quester's question is addressed to all of us, and it comes from Mysterious Potato.
not the mysterious potato.
They listen on Twitch in Kentucky.
Ooh.
Are they
Kentucky
listening
Potato.
right now?
Mysterious potato.
Anywho, Mysterious Potato says, "Is our identity something we discover or something we create?"
Ooh,
Ooh.
That's deep.
that is
All
deep.
into like philosophy there.
Whoa, I failed philosophy.
Joke's on you. I don't even know how to spell it.
I think
didn't.
it's kind of a combination of the two, to be honest. I
Very
think you-
mysterious and potatoey.
I'm thinking that tater's fried.
I think you like discover more about your personality and who you are as you get older and stuff. But I think you kind of build it yourself too, because you may have natural inclinations toward, just being a jerk. But you realize that's a bad thing, so you're like, no, I don't want to be a jerk. That kind of thing.
You may
All right,
walk into
y'all.
a room and tell all your coworkers you don't like any of them.
I didn't walk into the room and do that. They asked my opinion.
So, with this one, I think, like you said, it can be both, but I feel like it has to kind of be something you create, right?
Mm,
Because I mean, if you don't create your identity or you don't make your identity known, then you'll always be a mysterious potato.
Oh.
I think everybody has their personality, but as far as your identity, my identity is found in Christ.
Amen.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, take that, Mr. Potato A, who is all mysterious.
Yeah.
I do love the name, though.
But
It's pretty great.
and as well to take this on an even deeper level.
Even more mysterious.
Yeah, your personality. Everybody has their personality, yes, but you have some master manipulators and liars out there that will hide their true identity.
Oh, he's spudding right now. He's spudding.
There's some eyes branching off that tater now.
Oh, I think they kind of go hand in hand. I think you do have to, in a sense, like you said, kind of create parts of your identity.
I concur.
Awkward silence. I like it.
Big long pause for I concur.
I do agree. I think it does go hand in hand. I think there's things that you have to discover about yourself, like the thing, like what what makes you tick.
What?
What? And then I think there's also stuff like you have to decide, well, what do I value? What do I find important? What and when you do that, you make the decision to build upon that identity.
Yeah, like sometimes I think I should smoke crack, and then I think, nah, better not. You know.
I like how
And then
this
I'm
entire
identified.
time, this entire time, Mander has been doing nothing but sitting potato buns.
Get this man some butter.
All right, guys, can we take a break from Quester's questions just for a minute?
Oh,
Uh-oh, what you got?
napkin wadded.
No, there's something on the brain, and I
Uh-oh.
wasn't gonna bring it up, but
He's about to drop it.
no, I need some advice of my own.
Oh, the napkins needs to know how to be folded.
So, I got on here a couple weeks ago and announced that I was in the process of trying to go back to the 911 center.
Mm-hmm.
In a realization last night of looking at what is available as far as the housing market in our area, I realized, oh crap, stuff's expensive.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna be fully transparent here, even though that the workplaces don't like that. At my current job, I make $15.43 an hour. No. Yeah, $15.43 an hour. Odd number, I know.
It's
But,
crazy. That's not much more than McDonald's. That's so unreal to me.
After 10 or 11 p.m., it goes up $1 until the end of shift as a shift differential. If I go to the 911 center, I will drop to $12 an hour. However, I will go from getting 36 hours a week to 48 hours a week. So I will get 8 hours of overtime. I did announce on here as well last week that I did have a court case coming up. That court case is officially closed, so I can share the details. I'm not going to go into heavy details, but I will say it was regarding custody of my children, and it has been ruled that we go back to 50-50 custody. So here's where my brain was this morning in the wee hours of the end of shift as I was
Not allowed to
picking
sleep at
babies
work.
and thinking, I don't know if it's the best career move. Don't get me wrong, I love dispatch. I really do, and I miss it so bad. I have a passion for it. But I also have to think about my children. I have to think about the possibility of eventually being able to move out of my mom's house, as well as continue to pay my bills and support myself without having to rely on somebody else. And it's really got me conflicted. originally I did the whole reason that motivated me into looking for another job was because the hospital was honestly making me miserable. There has been quite a few changes, and I will say, knock on wood, I'm not saying that it's 100% better, and I'm not saying that at this point I would recommend somebody get a job there, but I would say with the changes that they have made, it is starting to turn around. I can actually see changes for the first time in the year and a half that I've been there. I can see changes taking place that seem to be for the better. We have a supervisor who actually cares. We have a supervisor who's actually trying to get help, who's got 3 or 4 people starting. So I don't know. I'm to the point. Um, I need to make a decision rather quickly because the phase 2 part of the hiring process is coming up. So if I do decide not to go back to dispatch, then I need to tell them because um,
You don't want to knock somebody else out of the.
well, not only that, but if I pass phase 2 and they actually offer me a job, then I have to sign a 2-year commitment contract.
Ooh.
Um, and Medic's wifey, I'm not sure if all ARHs pay the same. If they do, then Highlands does not pay more than that. In fact, they pay less because I was offered a job at Paintsville ARH, but it was also going to be a pay cut. So I don't know. That's where that's my wadded napkin this morning. It's not wadded in a sense of anger. It's wadded in a sense of confusion, and
That's deep.
I would like to hear your guys' thoughts on the matter. Any kind of advice you may have.
Ooh.
MoonPie looks
sometimes
like he's
when you
very
wad your
curious.
napkin, and you're like, "Was this napkin dirty, or did I just crumple it up in my hand when I was eating?"
Keep in mind, this may be your last chance for 911, so pray, put out a fleece, and let God lead you. They pay differently, and they just got a raise a couple weeks ago. Check into it. I'll ask around. Blows my mind that even with inflation, pay rates haven't changed much.
I will say
That's what I'm thinking, ninjas.
I will say a couple things about the 911 job. Number one, I loved everybody except for maybe one person that I worked with, but that one person is not there anymore. So um,
Very slow.
that was so I would get along with everybody I work with there. There would be no issues as far as that goes. They are in the process of fighting for a pay raise, but it's a local city government, so anything could happen. If they do get the pay raise approved, then I would actually be making more at the 911 center than what I'm making now. I also know that if I do withdraw, especially this late in the game, I'm burning my chance to ever go back to that center.
Hmm.
Mm.
How far out is the second phase?
So the second phase will take place on July 8th, but Kentucky, with their ancient systems, the way it'll work on the second phase, it takes a minimum of a week to get those results read. It can take longer, but it takes at least a week. That's very minimum if there is no backlog. Once those results are read, they are then sent via snail mail to the center. And once the center receives them, then they will schedule a final interview with me. So, in the exact words I was told, is it could be anywhere from 2 weeks to 6 months after July 8th.
MoonPie, you went all blurry.
Yep.
I think
Yes.
it's my network. It says it's attempting to resolve.
Yeah.
I mean, you got a little bit of time. I wouldn't just straight up cancel it, like back out of the 911 yet until you know for sure that you're okay with not doing it. And then I mean, say you do go, you let it progress a little bit to see if you're going to do the second phase, and then you decide, I'm not going to do 911. They can't make you take the job. Like, I mean, there's nothing they can do about it if you back out. Just, oh, well, you know what? Back out. In the meantime, if you're enjoying the Napkins auto glow thing, put more effort towards that. If you decide you don't want to do the 911, put more effort towards the Napkins auto glow to have extra cash stacking up. You know.
I do want to address Mander here. She said, "My unsolicited thoughts and advice is if you love what you're doing, it'll never seem like work. And if you're smart with your money and budget like we had to learn to do, it'll all work out." So I just want to say, I I know that I can make it work. I mean, okay, so whenever I worked at the 911 center before, again, I know places aren't too keen about you talking about wages, but whenever I worked there before, I made $9.50 an hour. And the place we lived at the time was 700 or $750 a month plus utilities, and I was the sole breadwinner. We literally lived paycheck to paycheck, and we pinched pennies. But we made it work. Our bills were paid. Um, the caveat to that was I didn't have to split custody with my kids. So even though I was working a lot, I still got days off with them. Um, and even whenever it wasn't my day off, I would still get to see them before and after work. With the current custody situation and it being a 50 custody arrangement, if I work that day, I will not have my kids. So outside of the days I'm going to have off, I'm not going to be able to see them. Um, and that's one of the biggest perks about my job right now is I only work 3 days a week. So it gives me more time not only to see them, but um, to do other things like the Napkins auto glow and things like that. If I go to the 911 center, I'll be working an extra day every week.
Hmm.
His camera's blurry, but it looks like he's trying to rub that emotional sport beard that is gone.
I don't know why I'm so blurry. Let me try to
That's
refresh myself.
Mine does it too.
Taco,
Bum,
thoughts,
bum.
advice? There you go.
Did it help?
Yeah.
Yep. I I definitely say follow Mama's advice, but kind of like you said, Medic, you have time, so you don't really have to immediately withdraw or anything. And from the sounds of things, regardless of whether you wait or do it now, with that particular center, it's it's either take the job or burn your bridge there. So you're not really losing anything by just waiting to see what happens.
That's true. And I mean, worst case scenario, like absolute worst case scenario, I go to phase two and absolutely bomb it, and they
Right.
invite me in for the second interview, and they're like, "Listen, listen, Linda."
You did terrible, buddy. We just need to
Yeah.
let you know.
Um, but no, like, and the thing about that center, and I'm not throwing shade by any means, but Kentucky State Police is one of the hardest agencies to get on with.
Mm-hmm.
As far as a dispatcher, like they literally assign you a detective who digs apart every single part from the time you were born, from both you, your parents, and your siblings to present day. They literally pull everything, and if you're married, they pull your spouse's life apart as well. Um, even if you're not actively together, every other agency in this area is trying to be like Kentucky State Police, except for this one particular center. This one particular center just does what the state requires them to do and no extra.
Well, I did hear that apparently Floyd County and Pike County officials are in talks of setting up their own dispatch center to cover the region together. I guess there's been a lot of issues with KSP and their dispatching, and now both counties are looking at possibilities of setting something up for them to run together to cover the area.
I would
That
say
way.
don't get wrapped up in trying to rush a decision.
Yep.
And then I'd pray for leading and confirmation on it.
Yeah.
That would be my advice.
All right.
And especially if your napkins detailing's starting to get quite a bit. You know, you said you got what, 4 people waiting for right now?
Yeah, I've had 4 people message me. I have one that is officially on the schedule, and I'm waiting to hear back from the other 3. So,
And if you enjoy doing that, you're gonna, if you're working more, it's at your other job, that's gonna take away from your ability to do the auto
Right.
cleaning stuff too.
yeah, and that was my other. That was one of the things I'd mentioned. I don't know if I was just talking too fast or what, but that was definitely another thing I was thinking about. You know, right now, even with just working 3 days a week at my full-time job, it's really hard because I'm at the mercy of the weather. I did look at the possibility of getting what's called a pop-up carport. I don't know if you've ever seen them, but it's basically like a giant canopy. I did look at the possibility of getting that, but then I kind of thought about it, and it's like, if I was paying somebody to professionally clean my car, I don't think I would want to do that on a day that I'm going to be tracking mud right back into it. But to each their own. Some people might not care about that type of thing. But I'm at the mercy of the weather, and even working just 3 days, it still makes it super hard on days like this coming week where I've only got, I can't really do a car on Monday because by the time we get done with this podcast, I'm exhausted. So I've only got Tuesday and Wednesday to detail vehicles, and then I've got Thursday, till whenever, um, that I can't detail anything. And I am very passionate about detailing cars in the sense of if I do them right, I can only fit about 2 in a day because it takes anywhere from 4 to 5 hours to fully do an inside and outside clean.
You've always been a very intelligent person, whether laziness is a question or not. But if you put your mind to something, you've always been a way to figure it out and make something happen with it. And there's nothing wrong with finding a passion in a different job, even if you still love dispatch. That doesn't mean you can't find. I really enjoy doing this more, and I'd rather do it more. There's nothing wrong with going that way either.
I'm not going to lie to you. So whenever the new supervisor so I've talked about it before. I don't care to say it again. Our old supervisor had this thing where she would make what's called a phlebotomy lead on the shift, and that person had units every single weekend, no matter what. They had the ICU. The thing about ICU patients, and your wife, Medic, can speak to this, ICU patients typically they're super hard sticks.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've been in there for either a long time, or they're really sick, or they just come back from death, or what have you. So that's the only people that I was sticking all the time at work. Whenever this new supervisor come on, she said, we're not going to do that anymore. Everybody's going to learn to stick everything. So we're going to rotate the schedule every weekend. And at first I hated it. I absolutely hated it. But I will say these last 2 weekends, though I have been exhausted, I've kind of enjoyed going to work again. Like, I found enjoyment in what I do again. Like, I think I was just getting burnt out because I was constantly doing units. I was constantly sticking extremely hard patients. I was just getting burnt out. But with this rotating thing, even though I really fought it in the beginning, it's bringing that joy back into what I was doing. I don't feel like I'm doing the same exact thing every single weekend. I'm not dreading going in because I've got to stick somebody. I got to stick people that just got coated and can only be stuck in one arm. And anywho, that's my little soap opera there. And like I said, am I saying that my workplace is perfect? No, by any means. At this point, I'm not even promoting anybody applying there. But there, like I said, there's changes that are in the process of happening that is making it a better place to work again.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I can't speak for all departments, but
Burnout is so real. Change does help. Why are they not drawing labs from central lines and ICU? That's my question.
because most of our ICU doctors are travel doctors and not all. No, I wouldn't say most.
Well, you just go become a doctor and get it over with. There.
But the weekend doctors especially, I'm just gonna say it. PMC doesn't believe
Dr.
in
Napkins.
doing stuff the easy way. So there's a lot of doctors that don't like to put central lines. And then we'll have some travel doctors that'll come in and they'll be like, no, if they're sick enough to be on the ICU, they're sick enough to have a central line. Every patient gets admitted gets a central line. So yeah, that's the answer to that question.
No, I gave you what advice I had, sir.
I appreciate it. And don't get me wrong, I am going to pray about it as well. I just wanted to kind of pick everybody's brain, see what they thought about it, because I'm conflicted. I am.
I'm conflicted.
I will say, and I don't know if it's, so
Let it go, wife. Let it go.
I have started dabbling in the energy stuff again, like energy drinks and whatnot. So I don't know if it's a combination of that or if it's the fact that I have started the process of quitting tobacco. I'm officially 65 hours tobacco free, I believe now.
Woot, woot.
Don't get me wrong, I still have nicotine, but it's not tobacco, and it's a much lower amount of nicotine. And my plan is, once I get completely past the
Cravings.
yeah, then I'm going to cut this out as well. But this past weekend, I have not been nearly as exhausted as I have been. Typically, and it could also be the burnout thing. But typically on my work weekends, I will. Typically on my work weekends, I come home, I go to sleep as soon as I get home, and then I get up right before I have to get ready and go to work. But this past weekend especially, I've been able to get up a little bit earlier. I've not felt exhausted the entire shift. I've not felt exhausted the whole day. Like, I've not come home and crashed as soon as I got here. I've not had moments of whether or not I was going to make it home without falling asleep and crashing. So I don't know if that's the whole tobacco-free stuff, if that's the energy products I've been using, which, don't get me wrong, I've not been overdoing it. I'll drink like one energy drink or a 5-hour energy whenever I first get to work or something like that. But, or I don't know if it's the burnout thing, like if it's because things are changing and I'm not as miserable at work as I was.
It could also be how much more time you're spending outside with the side hustle.
I didn't think about that.
That can actually have a big impact on
MoonPie's camera
energy.
keeps throwing me off because it keeps like zooming in and then zooming out. Now he's
It's my
blurry.
network. I don't know why.
All right. That's enough of the napkins soap opera this morning. Let's get back into the questers questions. We do have a few more to touch on. This next one comes from Rachel.
Rachel.
She listens from Oklahoma.
Oklahoma.
And we kind of already touched on this, but I'm going to read it and let you guys answer it. So she says, bombs just dropped in Iran, and the U.S. looks like it's getting ready to step straight back into another war. What are we supposed to do with this as believers? Just pray, speak up, stockpile on ramen? I'm serious. How do we balance loving our country and loving people, even our enemies?
Well, for one, I don't think we're actually going to end up in war over there. I think it's going to be like within the last 30 or 40 years, we've had little minor things, but no full blown war other than the war on terror. I think it'll end up being more like when Obama bombed places in Lebanon. It'll be kind of just like a one and done thing. But it's real easy to just say, well, no, I hate them all type of thing because they're different or they want us dead. It's real easy to do that, but that's not the way to be about it. Basically, you just gotta pray and show love to everybody, whether you agree with them or not.
Pray and bomb the demons right out of them. MoonPie, are you there?
I didn't hear the question at all because my network's been going crazy, and I heard.
So the question came from Rachel in Oklahoma, and she says, bombs just dropped in Iran, and the U.S. looks like it's getting ready to step straight back into another war. What are we supposed to do with this as believers? Just pray, speak up, stockpile on ramen? I'm serious. How do we balance loving our country and loving people, even our enemies?
Don't be hating on potted meat.
You can love people, but that doesn't mean that you have to accept terrorism.
Love them and bomb the demons right out of them.
Yeah, well, sometimes you got to be willing to cut the head off the giant and not go lay hands on him.
Well, I mean, here's my 2 cents on this, and I mean this with all the love, and I'm not trying to sound hateful or sound like I'm hating, but if you're a true believer who reads your Bible, this shouldn't surprise you because this is biblical.
Yep.
The Bible speaks of wars and rumors of wars. So I mean, just ain't it coming. But no, in all seriousness, I mean, yes, it can be a little unsettling as far as not knowing what the future holds. I do kind of agree with Taco. I don't necessarily think that this is going to be another war, but it could be. But I mean, it shouldn't really change anything as far as what we do. Keep doing what we do. Keep praying, keep reading, keep fasting, keep going to church, keep studying. I mean,
keep working while it's day, because night comes when no man can work.
What about night shift? You saying night shift don't work?
Oh no, I was just talking about the night that comes. And then
don't get my napkin water. Night shift versus day shift. 'Cause let me tell you something. I could spend a whole nother hour on that topic.
Yeah, those night shift ones are just lazy. All right, next question.
Tiana from Colorado, who listens on Spotify.
Colorado. Is that our first one? First one from Colorado?
I think so.
Where's our map?
She said, how do you handle feeling spiritually dry when you're doing all the right things that you're supposed to, such as praying, reading, going to church, but you still feel nothing?
Even in the dry seasons, you still got to keep on.
You said it. I was getting ready to say it. There's a wonderful Beyond the Brokenness episode that talks about seasons.
Yeah. Preach!
Nice little plug.
I like that. That was smooth.
Mentioning Beyond the Brokenness there, we will have to make sure MoonPie has reliable signal next week before we know for certain if we're returning to normal with it.
I missed it. MoonPie let me down.
I I should be. So when we leave here, we're heading to a campground. So I'm hoping that they have Wi-Fi, and if not, then my as long as we've got cell phone reception, it'll be about like it is today.
Nice.
So I'll cut in and out a lot.
Be all blurry.
My camera will zoom in and zoom out and zoom in and zoom out.
Every time you're reading scripture. The Bible says.
I wouldn't miss it if I were you. Very entertaining.
Go live on Twitch on your phone.
Can I do that for this?
I don't
Should.
know if you can join stream together on your phone because it runs through browser.
Yeah, I don't know about that. We figured out.
Anyhow,
Merker.
Napkins is dying.
Sorry about that.
I'm out in Jesus' name.
Moving on. Marcus from Florida addresses this to everyone,
Marcus.
and he said, "Is it possible to truly forgive someone if you don't trust them anymore, or are the two things separate?"
I think you can forgive somebody even if they've hurt you, done wrong to you, or whatever. That don't mean you have to
Still walk-
trust them.
Yeah, you gotta have wisdom.
yeah.
Like, oh, you're a murderer. Well, I forgive you, but I'm not gonna turn my back to you.
Your wide open, defenseless back.
Yeah. Jeffrey Dahmer become a Christian in prison, but hey, I'm not gonna go over to his house for dinner.
Still consequences with your actions.
Yep. They're definitely separate things. You can forgive people for anything that you're able to, and for most people, that's just about anything that can be done to them given enough time. But that doesn't mean that you can automatically just give the trust back.
Yep.
You can forgive somebody and keep running right back to try and trust them, and then just repeat the process over and over because some things don't change.
That's called insanity.
You can forgive, but never forget what they done.
Yeah, that's a good way to look at it.
Napkins got an answer.
I don't really have anything to add, to be honest. You guys kind of
Stole your answer again.
I will say, me personally, just, and it's probably because I have some pretty significant trust issues given the past 8 years. I think that that's understandable. If you break my trust to the point that I have to forgive you for something, I don't think I'll ever fully trust you again.
I think trust
don't
and
think I
forgiveness
can ever-
are two different things.
I do think they are completely two different things.
Hope that helps, Marcus. Marcos.
People suck.
Some people suck. You're right.
All right. Jared from North Carolina listens on Spotify.
Jared.
And said, recently found the show, and I really enjoy this
Ooh.
down-to-earth vibe you guys give off.
Why, thank you, Jared.
Vibe.
Do you think God cares what games we play? Like, is it wrong to play horror games or violent shooters if we're still walking with him?
Well, Napkins is going to burn hell because he plays scary games with dolls.
I was going to say, I sure hope not.
We've actually touched on this in past episodes a little bit. I think when it comes to games and stuff, it's all about having some wisdom in your brain, even when it comes to certain other games, because most every horror game has your demonic stuff in it. But I think when people get wrapped up in games and they take everything so serious and they lose the fact of having wisdom of this is a game, playing a game to beat the game, whatever, however you want to look at it, then you're opening up doors. As long as you have wisdom, and I'll be honest with you, when we played some of them scary games, McMedic said his prayers for he played them games, okay? Had to have that shield of protection around me before I played some of them scary games.
Yeah, and we've talked about it not only on here and the other show before, but even outside of doing the shows, we've talked about it. Sometimes you'll feel conviction for something that others won't. And others might feel conviction about something that you won't. And it can seem ridiculous to people. So if you're playing scary games and you're feeling guilty about it, like legitimately you feel guilty deep inside, like I shouldn't be doing this type of thing, pray about it. It could be God's way of trying to say, hey, you're putting too much emphasis on this stuff. I need you to step away from it.
Or violent games, shooter games, any type of game.
Yeah, anything that can become too big in your life to where it's taking away from the focus on God.
Listen,
MoonPie.
Jesus
anything
would
to
be
add?
awesome at Halo. Okay.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think, and I think, that goes for anything, not just games.
Mm-hmm.
It goes beyond that. So, anybody who just wants to single out games and be like, "Oh, we're going to hell because you playing video games,"
But then they gonna hop on TV and watch a bunch of filth.
right?
Well,
So,
and then we lost Napkins. Where'd he go? When did he move? If that
well,
bear
we just got
moves,
caught up. We all missed it.
if that bear moves, I'm telling you right now. Did he say he'd be back? Did I miss something? There's his hand.
It looks like an egg.
I felt
sticking up.
I felt something under my desk, and well, I gotta.
That's you.
There's,
You're under your desk.
yeah, there's a thing that
Hold on, I want to show you. I want to show you
I
what
gotta
that looked
check
like,
the
Napkins.
thing with the stuff in the.
there's a hole in the wall behind my desk.
What'd you do?
I'm gonna show Napkins exactly what we all saw.
This is entertaining. Napkins should start future episodes like that. The hand just.
I didn't break the wall, but there is a hole in the wall.
Why'd you put your foot in the wall?
I didn't put my foot in the wall.
Daggone. He's so conflicted, he stuck his toe in the wall. All right, next. Or is
All
that
right.
all? Next?
No.
Hmm.
Trent from Missouri.
Trent.
Ed. For those of y'all with frontline experience, how do you process trauma without letting it harden you? Is there a biblical way to decompress?
Usually dark humor. I don't know if that's biblical.
I would say it's probably not biblical, but it is very common.
I think dark humor is just like a natural human thing when it comes to first responders. I think I've not met a first responder that does not have dark humor. And as far as like a personal aspect of trying to deal with trauma and things, for me, two things. One, if it was something that dealt with children, then I would have to call and talk to my kids. It was just something that helped me kind of decompress dealing with what I just dealt with. And then two, after every shift, first thing I wanted to do, I would get home and then I would take a shower and then take like at least 5 to 10 minutes to just kind of forget the work, everything that happened at work, and kind of focus on, okay, it's time to not be at work and just be at home, and kind of change my mindset, not to think about work, not to let the trauma sit in, because the more you dwell on it, the more it would deal with you. And then it takes a lot of prayer and stuff, because after dealing with a lot of like, I would call it like PTSD, like dreams and things, it takes a lot of prayer to kind of deal with a lot of that kind of messes with you.
Yeah, I think for me the biggest thing is just making sure that I find the stuff that is actually important to focus on, whether that be taking time to pray and seek God, or uh, talk to family and friends about something, or I might take like an hour or something to get on and play a game or something just to clear my head. It's really whatever works best for you as far as getting your mind off of anything like that that's kind of sticking with you.
Yeah,
You
I
shove
agree.
it deep, 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 dark down, and never look back.
Napkins says go the exact opposite way.
Hold everything in.
Pretend it never happened.
Exactly. Forgive and forget.
Turn it into a new joke. You be alright.
No,
I do wish that when
Just go click.
that dark humor we were talking about.
I do
Don't
wish
let feelings turn into felonies.
well, I do wish I would have had people to help me when I was in police work. I wish I would have had more resources um, to help cope with things, because I think, oh, I honestly, and this might come across as horrible to some people, but I think I thought that just going to church would be enough,
Right.
and I hadn't realized how much it really had changed me until when I got injured. About the third month into that injury, um, when I wasn't able to go, uh, and be on the front line day to day, and about the third month into it, I remember we went to a restaurant and sat down for dinner, and somebody walked in, and it was somebody I'd dealt with before. And the first thing out of my mouth, as soon as they walked through, I said, "Oh God, here comes a crackhead." And it was like in that moment, the Holy Spirit gripped me, and I felt such conviction and heaviness hit me, and I hadn't realized. I just thought, "What is wrong with me?" I had lost all compassion,
Yeah,
and
you get
just
really
hadn't realized
callous.
yes, and I hadn't realized how calloused I had become. So, uh, definitely resources are important.
Yeah. Speaking of resources too, a huge shout out to AVN for frontliners and military and veterans and things that do deal with a lot of trauma and things that they don't know how to cope with it. They have resources to help. You need somebody to talk to or anything. Huge shout out to them. That's showing tremendous compassion for their fellow brothers.
Yes. Have you heard of AVN?
I'm not gonna lie. There's been some emails that vets sent that will definitely jerk some onions.
Onions,
Oh,
onions.
we got 4 more left.
Let's get them.
Faith Pulse.
Get 'em.
Faith Pulse.
Oh, he finally told us where he's from. Faith
Ooh,
Pulse from Washington.
Washington. The
Said-
state or the capital?
Did he move?
It just says from Washington. I don't know. But anyway, he said, if you could remember every dream you've ever had, would you want to? Or is there a reason that we forget them?
I would not want to.
Yeah, I don't think I would want to either.
Too many messed with me.
Too many questions, too many, issues.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want to remember them either, to be honest.
And then you like start over
how we
psychoanalyzing
just-
everything.
You know how we just talked about, how you deal with the trauma?
Yeah,
from being-
that's what I was thinking.
Okay. Logan from West Virginia, and I just got to say, I don't know what it is with you people from West Virginia asking these types of questions.
Oh,
'cause I feel like
Lord.
every one of them has come from West Virginia. Anywho, That's where.
That's where he's from, not where he
from, not
lives.
where I live. Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. You took that question serious on that form.
Anywho, Logan from West Virginia, who listens on Spotify, said, "Would you rather fight a giraffe with nunchucks or a kangaroo with pepper spray, and why?"
Hang on. Kangaroo with pepper spray or what with nunchucks?
A giraffe.
Oh boy, I love these questions. Oh,
It makes me wonder if this is the same Logan I work with, though.
hmm.
Because
Easy
he does
answer.
live in West Virginia.
I'm gonna say a giraffe with nunchucks because have you seen
Totally.
a kangaroo?
Kangaroo
seen a
kick,
giraffe?
man. Have you seen a giraffe?
A kangaroo is like trying to fight uh Dwayne the Rock Johnson on steroids.
Yeah, but the giraffe's body
And then
alone is
then
like
you
twice
give
your
that
height.
then you give that pepper spray?
I've never seen a giraffe fight,
No,
so I'm thinking
I
you could
understand
dodge the
as you
giraffe more.
using the pepper spray against
You tell me you're gonna fight that?
the kangaroo.
Pepper spray. It has pepper spray.
And what,
You can't
are you
look
sure
away.
that they have it, or do you have it?
Hmm.
No, I didn't
Okay,
think
wait,
of it
wait,
that
wait.
way. So
So-
if we flip that, you're either fighting a giraffe and your weapon is nunchucks, or you're fighting a kangaroo and your weapon is pepper spray.
Yeah, that's the way I took that.
That changes things.
Yeah, that does change things.
Either
wanna
way, I'm
see-
not fighting the kangaroo. Doesn't change things.
So it didn't change.
It doesn't change
things.
anything.
I lied.
That changes everything and nothing at the same time.
I'm gonna go with the kangaroo because I like a challenge.
Yeah, I'm kind of like you. I'm thinking the pepper spray. I might be able to hold my own for a couple minutes.
I'm gonna say the pepper spray and hope that I can be faster than it can get its eyes cleared up.
I'm just saying I fought a dog with pepper spray once and it didn't end well for me. So, yeah. You guys do what you want. I'm going to take the giraffe. And if I have to, I will lay the nunchucks down.
Okay.
I'll give him a hug around his big old long neck.
This
Oh,
next
I have
one.
ads playing.
This next one comes from says
You need
mediocre
stronger
MoonPie, you need
pepper
stronger
spray.
No,
pepper
no,
spray.
no, 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 no. It was okay. So I was going to serve a warrant, and when I get there, this guy lets his pit bull out, and it comes charging at me. And my first instinct at the time, I hadn't even been through academy. I mean, this is when I was with Martin City, and first instinct was pop the pepper spray. OC spray comes out, and I start spraying it, and about that time, a big gust of wind comes. And it just all comes back into my face, and I'm like choking to death.
Now you know why he's not a cop anymore.
So what you're saying is you didn't even use the pepper spray on the dog. You used it on yourself.
A little bit got on the dog, and he did run. I'm just saying I couldn't do anything. So if he come back, he would have totally just bit me.
So now I know when I fight the kangaroo, see which way the
Make
wind's
sure the
blowing.
wind's not blowing.
Yeah. Gotcha.
All right.
I do have ads getting ready to play in 10 seconds.
You want to wait?
Watch out for his
on
kangaroo
this
legs.
Next question then.
That's up to you all. If you want to keep going, we can keep going.
Okay.
I just wonder, why would you even fight a giraffe?
Right.
I want to
What
see
did
a giraffe fight.
do to you? All they do is headbutt.
Is it? Do they like sling their head? Like that big
Yeah,
long neck?
they'll sling it.
I imagine they kick too.
Keep a pocket full of sand to check wind direction.
Pocket sand. Sha.
I don't think they kick. I've seen a video of giraffes fighting. You
I
can
feel
look it
like
up
if
on
you
YouTube.
I feel like if you
Okay.
take one leg out, they gone.
So,
You're-
according to Google,
Uh-oh.
there are 3 major giraffe attacks. Oh wait, nope. That one's against another giraffe. That don't count. 2 major giraffe attacks. One occurring in South Africa in 2018, where a giraffe attacked and trampled a woman and her 3-year-old son at a wildlife reserve. The second one occurring in South Africa in 2022. A 16-month-old girl was trampled to death by a giraffe at a game park. Her mother was also seriously injured. So what I'm understanding here is don't be a mother with a child around a giraffe. Otherwise, you're good.
I'm hearing two things. Number one, don't go to South Africa. Number two, it ain't their fault. They just can't see where they're going. They can't see. They can't see that close to the ground. Get out of their way.
I feel like they're too muscular in their legs for nunchucks to affect them. I feel like you got to find the sweet spot. Take a leg out, you got it.
It's kind of like if you
The leg,
go,
Johnny.
it's like if you go behind somebody and kick them in the back of the knee. I mean, it don't matter how big they are. They gonna fall.
Yeah. Isn't it the bigger they are, the harder they fall?
Yeah.
But I like a challenge, so I'm going to go for the kangaroo. By the time that fight's over with, that kangaroo will love me and I will have a home in the pouch.
Or it will
Take
have
home
kicked
to
you in
your
the chest and you will
horse-sized
suffer.
duck.
I say that and it starts, fight starts within 2 seconds. I'm out cold.
See, what you do is you pepper spray it, and then just to shout out to Grim real quick, you do his favorite thing. It's a big arm. Don't fight it.
Actually, I know how you can beat the kangaroo. Now that I think about it, you
Okay.
just start beatboxing and he's going to start rapping. I've seen Kangaroo Jack. I know how this works.
This is the Cocoa Rat.
I said a hip the hop. It don't stop the boogie, the bang bang, the boogity beat.
Nice.
Good eye.
Good eye.
And while he's rapping, you just run away.
All I imagine is one of those commercials, though, like you get kicked and you see the guy flying, like really far. Yeah.
MoonPie over there with the nunchucks, swinging them at a giraffe's legs. Yeah, you'll learn better next time, won't you?
Oh, okay.
How's that pepper spray working?
Next submission comes from Faith Pulse,
Kentucky.
and he addresses
Bum,
this
bum,
to
bum.
me.
Oh.
And he says, "You're in charge of dispatch, but the rest of the group are callers as Disney characters having an emotional breakdown. Who is who is the character and their emotional problem, and who do you hang up on first?"
Oh, I gotta hear this.
This will be good.
Hmm.
Help him out, MoonPie.
Yeah, help me out. You help me. I already know who I'm hanging up on.
We ain't even gave him to you, and you hanging up on us?
Who you hanging up on?
You are a dispatcher.
This is who do you hang up on first? I'm thinking about Disney characters that I would immediately, like, as soon as I heard their voice, I'd be like, nope, can't do that. And I just
Okay,
hang
well
up.
then you gotta associate who would be associated with what Disney character.
Oh, well, I didn't think about it that way. I was just thinking in the sense
Obviously.
of all Disney characters.
Yeah, you just immediately was like, yeah, I'm hanging up on him.
I am not taking this call.
I was just gonna say Snow White because her.
Snow White.
I couldn't listen to that voice.
You mean Snow Not So White? They
Yeah.
changed it.
All right, so now I have to think of it in that sense. All the rest of the group is Disney characters.
Yeah, you're supposed to. I think you're supposed to tell them what character we are and what problem we're dealing with.
That's the way I took it.
And then choose which one of us you're hanging up on.
Yeah.
Y'all help me out. Who do you think you would be as a Disney character?
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Question.
You help me out with that, and I will give you your emotional problem.
He's a typical dispatcher brain.
Let's put everybody else to do the job.
Come on. I already know, yeah, I'm pretty sure it's Disney. I already know what I would say MoonPie's Disney character would be.
I gotta check something. I already know.
I know who I say Taco would be.
Oh, now I'm curious. Curiosity killed the cat, you know.
Bum, bum.
Yeah.
MoonPie would be Prince Charming.
Oh, listen at man.
Yeah, maybe the prince from Shrek.
So Taco's gonna be Eeyore.
What's his emotional problem that he's dealing with that he's called you about? Everybody's too happy.
Yeah, that would be.
No, wait. If I'm Eeyore, why would I call you though? Because wouldn't I say, why bother?
That's probably why you called to tell him.
You'd be one of those
Never
people.
mind.
Yep, you would be the one I hung up on. Because you would be one of those people that would say, "This isn't an emergency, but this ain't an emergency. Why did you dial 911?"
My house fell down. I need help, but
scared,
why
scared.
bother?
All right, so that would be Taco.
You're really struggling with this.
I would have
I
thought
really
Taco
am.
would have been Bagheera, a sarcastic, wise, smart mouth panther.
You think of him as a panther?
Well, no, just because Bagheera kind of comes off as a jerk in Jungle Book. But he's not a jerk. He does it with good intentions.
Just
So-
overly protective.
Oddly enough,
See-
I was thinking Jungle Book for you, MoonPie.
Well,
Which
he's a bear.
No, the
Louie.
kid. You'd
The
be
kid? Just the
Mowgli?
kid?
The kid.
You'd be Mowgli.
Mowgli.
Not even the orangutan.
Was that-
Not even.
just this happy-go-lucky kid who's very easily manipulated and going with the flow.
Come on, Napkins. You got this. Make them good.
Your emotional breakdown.
Oh my God! I'm surrounded by animals. They're gonna eat me alive.
I want to be like you. This monkey won't leave me alone.
I think they're trying to sing to me.
Yeah, that would be your emotional breakdown. That would be your emotional breakdown.
I hear music.
That is great.
This bear is dancing right now.
He's offering me a paw paw fruit.
Oh,
Do I take it?
The dispatch
take
for
it.
that. The dispatch for that would be lifeguard ambulance. We've got KSB out with an individual. Possible psychiatric episode. Request an EMS on
Chewed some
scene.
fentanyl. Oh, never mind. I found a snake. He said he can help me.
Manus.
See you later.
All right. Now let's see.
He offered me a pawpaw fruit.
Clip it.
Oh.
New ringtone.
I think they're trying to
I
sing
want
to
that
me.
as my ringtone every time you text me.
He offered me a pawpaw fruit.
I can't think of one for medic.
It's the bare necessities.
Think of one for medic. Really?
I need to watch Jungle Book now. Oh, that was
Now
pretty
what you
good.
got to do is you got to watch Jungle Book, but imagine instead of being Mowgli, it being MoonPie, the whole movie.
And he can't
And then
actually
Medic's
understand.
blue, so he calls in and he says, "I found this kid lost in the woods, and I tried to offer him something to eat."
That would
He's
be it.
hysterical.
Yes, yes.
He ran away.
I found this kid and I tried to give him some fruit, and he started screaming, "Why are you singing to me?"
He's in danger. He's following a snake right now. So you want to know who I would have gave MoonPie?
Who?
Genie from Aladdin.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
I can see that. I like that.
Never had a friend like him.
See, I would have probably called Medic Tigger. And
I thought
would've-
Tigger too when he kept saying, "I
Yeah.
can't think of one for medic." I was like,
Yeah.
"Tigger's right there, though. It's
Tigger.
a wonderful thing."
Yeah.
Then I probably would have gave Taco probably Scar. from Lion King.
Oh, see, I was between Bagheera and Scar. That's what I was thinking.
And
too.
then Napkins, I'm going to give you
Both
one.
picks were cats.
Is that Disney? I need to check. Hang on. If it's not Disney, I don't want to feel stupid.
I like how your picks there, though, MoonPie, were both cats, both with a very
Yep.
sarcastic leaning. But one is like overly protective, and the
sarcastic
other one
what?
is sarcastic leaning.
Hold on, I'm losing signal. I can't understand what you're saying. It come across really strange. You don't want to know what I thought you said.
I think I know what you thought you said.
Sarcastic leaning.
Leaning. Oh,
Yeah.
I thought you said weenie. I was
But-
really confused.
That's where their similarities stop, though, because the one is overly protective, and the other one is very diabolically scheming.
But it just depends on your mood.
Oh, okay. I
Sometimes,
didn't know I had.
sometimes
a
you
mood
love us,
disorder.
and sometimes. What? Bum, bum, bum. And for napkins, I probably would have chose either Winnie the Pooh or I would have chose what is his name? Flash 100-yard dash
What?
from Zootopia. The
See,
sloth who drives a really fast car.
the one I was thinking of was from Zootopia, but I couldn't remember the name. Clawhauser. It's like the big cat.
Officer Clawhouse.
Yeah. I was gonna-
because he was a dispatcher.
Yeah.
They made him the dispatcher, yeah.
I would have said like Poe from Kung Fu Panda, but that's not Disney.
All right, guys,
Yeah,
you ready?
See,
Okay.
This last submission comes from Dadbod46.
Dad bod.
And he said, I love the questions that keep me up so much. The questions that keep me up at night so much that I had to submit my own.
Oh,
So here's a
no.
rapid fire.
Oh no.
dun dun dun.
Are we ever truly happy or just comfortable? That's the first one.
Hmm.
Is free will real or just an illusion? That's the second one.
I'd say it's real.
Yeah, he's starting to get all Calvinist on us there. No free
Dun, dun,
will.
dun.
Are dreams real or are they just alternate realities?
I mean, it's a dream. When did it become real?
Is deja vu proof that we're actually in a simulation?
Is this the Matrix?
Oh.
I'll
I'll
time to think in between.
Answer the
Or
phone.
if you feel like to
Answer the
answer
phone,
any-
MoonPie. Answer the phone.
how many decisions do I make throughout my day to day without even realizing I made a decision?
Well, that's hurts my brain.
Now I want to use Google.
How much of my life have I spent waiting in lines? If a vampire bites a zombie, does it become undead twice, or does it become back living?
I don't think it has any.
And finally, what if dogs think in barks the way we think in words?
I like that one. The average adult is estimated to make around 35,000 decisions a day.
Whoa. I don't think I do.
That's for average adults, though. None of us are
We're all
average, so-
mediocre.
It's
Yeah, so
probably
we set the
closer-
bar low.
Yeah,
We're like
probably
20.
closer to 15, 20, yeah.
My decisions are usually whatever my wife says.
It's not really decisions, just I'm gonna
So that
delegate
number,
this to
that,
you.
Because if she asks me, I
that
say, I
number
don't
is
know.
for
I don't care.
Females.
Update from the story earlier from Kentucky Going Blue Facebook page. An active shooter driving a truck rammed his vehicle into a Christian church in Wayne, Michigan on Sunday morning and opened fire. An armed security guard shot and killed the suspect after the deacon struck the shooter with his vehicle. The shooter was identified as a 31-year-old man.
Hold up. So the deacon struck him with the vehicle, then the dude shot him.
Then he was shot. Wow.
Wow, that was
So the
double
guy
tap.
who was armed, yeah, he was on the double tap method.
Yeah, straight up.
Wow.
As far as the vampire biting a zombie, I imagine if a vampire bites a zombie, then it's like the vampire, like, I don't know, he just like smoking crack.
Oh no, now I'm a zombie. Mistakes were made.
Immediately regret my decision.
Milk was a bad choice.
The dog question made me think of Scooby Doo. Yeah.
I kind of like to think when I look at Dolly, every time I talk to her, all she hears is ruff, 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 ruff. So from now on, when I look at her, I'm going to just try to talk to her and bark and see what happens.
I want to hear that whenever you're like, "Why did you poop in my bed?" Bah, bah, bah!
Ruff, 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 ruff.
Or a zampire.
Zan-
Really, Mander? Zampire? You got creative. Napkins.
Yes, sir.
Was that our last question, sir?
That was our last Quister question.
Woot.
I love how Faith Post checked in and said these are good for the questions that keep Dad bought up at night.
Wasn't it Faith Bells that had the rapid fire?
Yeah, there was
Yeah.
like 20 in one episode.
Deja vu happens when timelines or parallel universe overlap briefly. Mm. Also heard one that was like, what if deja vu is God reminding us of moments of where we're supposed to do something and then we messed up? Bring
Every
Dolly
time
on
Cern
camera.
turns on the Hadron Collider, I have deja vu.
I always have deja vu in
Dolly.
like the stupidest moments. Did you just yell Dolly and then freeze?
I wonder if she's like, she's just staring at me. She just sat up and went. She just goes,
Yeah, probably because all she heard was bark.
bark, 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 bark. And now she's licking the couch.
What'd you tell her?
Misspoke.
Need an interpreter.
Come on, Dolly. Okay, what?
You're a terrible dog,
She's
Dad.
terrified. I am.
It's a shame what you just yelled
on.
at that dog.
Dolly, come here. Ruff, 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 ruff. Ow, ow, ow. Oh, she's stretching. I think she thinks she's a cat.
You got anything last things on your brain, Taco?
Not really. I'm tired after working last night.
Napkins?
Now you know how I feel.
Anybody?
Every Monday.
You seem more awake today, actually.
I'm telling you, dude, I don't know if it's the burnout thing, if it's the energy stuff, or if it's the tobacco, or if it's the combination of everything.
Could be
but
the meth. You never
Crack.
know.
Yeah.
I'm thinking.
I think
the
it's
meth.
just the meth.
I told you not to do it, but you were like, "Yeah, I'm gonna try it."
Well, I mean, it's working.
Oh,
Ain't broke, don't fix it.
Now he'll go for that stage 2 thing and they'll just turn him away at the door. No, we saw the podcast.
Napkins did try the game you recommended him. It was stupid.
Yeah, I didn't like it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was dumb.
It looked creepy.
The doll one is pretty fun.
No, it ain't.
Yes, it is.
I
Dolls.
didn't get to watch much of that once he got started. Which, Sleepy Ninja, thank you for the heads up about the storms the other night. I did drive right into them.
Thanks for the heads up. I went right at it.
Now, he had warned me before we got on the road with the transfer that there were storms from that area heading this way, and we ended up going right through them.
I don't know what MoonPie's doing.
She thinks I'm trying to play with her.
You're welcome for my
Just trying
service.
to pick her up.
Napkins, you got
Okay,
anything?
everyone.
Any streams or anything planned?
This is Dolly barking.
Probably not.
She looks terrified.
Like, what are you doing to me?
All right, hang on. You gotta get your camera to clear up. Where'd you go?
All right.
Now,
Here.
talk to
Now
her
go
in
get your
bark
cats,
language.
and let's see what happens.
Bark,
Ruff, bark, bark, bark.
MoonPie, we are going to try and get your offer out today or tomorrow.
Sweet.
Everybody's tired of seeing you deal with all your crap.
As far as my stream goes, I don't really have anything planned at the very moment, but it kind of depends what the weather looks like. Because if the weather cooperates, then I probably won't be on my computer very much because I'll be busy. If the weather doesn't cooperate, then I don't know. We'll see.
One day I'll be a real boy and I'll start streaming.
When you go try one of them barbecue restaurants, you gotta go live.
I need the list. Gotta have the list.
Mander
But I'm
said
not
she
going to be
had
in
it.
Tennessee right now, so I'm currently in Alabama, and we are heading to Florida. So,
On your way
recommendations
back.
Yeah, well, we got to go to Ohio, so I don't know if it's going to take us up coast. We should go through Tennessee.
Why would you go up the coast?
Sometimes it takes us through like Georgia, South Carolina, North Carolina, and then on into Virginia, then into Ohio.
I want to see you go
Or West
live in the
Virginia,
middle of this
yeah.
restaurant, tons of people, and you're like, "This barbecue is crap."
Just go live, stand up, start spinning around, and be like, "As you can see, this place sucks."
Met the peg leg or whatever it was.
There's a camp
I
meeting
ordered this
coming,
redneck
hint,
egg roll.
There's a camp meeting coming. Hint, hint. Mediocres, drop a plug.
Vet is on one for calling people out today.
Yeah. Camp meeting is coming. August. No, we're really excited. We still have, I think, we still have space for tents, and then we do still have the large cabin that's got like 48 bunks in it. So, but otherwise, everything is full as far as space. And then we've been talking to a few different people. We've got different churches that's going to come and help with music each night. And so I'm just excited. I think it's going to be a really good time. It's going to be in Mansfield, Ohio at Camp Harbor Youth Camp, I think is what it's called, if you Google it. I don't know. We got the address.
We'll be there.
You go to facebook.com/Davis Ministries FAM, FAM. And if you do that, you'll be able to find it. Oh, yep, there it is.
Have you guys got enough financial pledges to support it?
So far we have we've got the one pledge that came from AVN, which we greatly appreciate, and we have sold 1, 2, 3, I think 3 T-shirts.
You guys are the only ones that pledged and supported. Thank you.
Yep.
Yeah, usually whenever they do this, it's everything comes out of pocket.
Most of the time. And we do have Greta's Goodies is helping provide snack items. For
Shout
the week,
out
and
to
also,
Mama.
Also items for Jungle Breakfast, which we didn't plan on doing, but then all of the kids started requesting Jungle Breakfast. I was like, okay, well, we'll do it.
Is there a certain goal that you need to reach?
It usually takes for the full camp meeting. It usually takes between $3,000 and $4,000. We usually wind up out about the same amount as we do on tent revivals, just because.
The only difference is you're
we
feeding
do
everybody.
like to feed. Can't hear you.
You cut out.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I said the difference is you guys are feeding everybody at this.
Yeah, we do provide food. We try to do 3 meals a day, and then on Friday night of camp meeting, we do a special offering that anything that's taken up, it doesn't go into our ministry. We actually sell that back into the youth camp because they have never turned away a child. They do ask for a small fee, which it's a really small amount. I can't remember what it was. When the kids come, but even kids that don't have the money and want to come, they have never turned away a kid. And the work that they do there is just it's awesome. They're pouring into the next generation, and so we try to always take up a seed to sow back into them and the work that they're doing at the camp, because there's a lot of stuff they need as far as updates and stuff goes, and so we
You
just
said if there's enough time, I got some contacts I can reach out to. I don't know if there'll be enough time to get stuff together.
oh, that would be amazing.
Where are you?
He's
'Cause
on
I know you-
vacation.
That's the
I know
man.
he's on vacation, but like,
Well, don't look at your window. That'd be crazy. Pray for my neighbor. He passed out, and his wife had to rush him to the hospital. He had internal bleeding and needed 5 units of blood.
gosh.
Right now, he's stable, but they're looking for the source of the bleed. Ooh. Sounds like it could be GI bleed. Yeah.
Vet is
On a big boat. Oh, I want to be on a big boat. I want to go on vacation.
Yeah.
My
I went
kid,
down
my kids
right
keep
now.
begging
how
me.
long of a vacation are you taking, Vet? Was it 2 weeks?
My kids keep begging me for a vacation. Like the wife did say in here, be praying for us. We're praying to be guided by, as far as the month of August, it would be full packed for us and very hectic and dealing with things. We got the camp meet, obviously, and then there's a possible revival right in the middle of it at the church, and then a possibility of a second camp meet that we would be traveling to in Oklahoma. So we're praying. Want everybody to be in joint prayer for that, because things would definitely have to line up and work out that I know God can do.
He can do it. Yes, he can.
You have any last things on your brain, Taco?
Just a big shout out and thank you to everybody who has helped me get to affiliate on Twitch now. I really appreciate it.
Look at you, y'all grown up.
I'm a real boy now.
MoonPie?
Yeah, just want to say thanks for having me on here again. Thanks for all of the support. Thank you, AVN, for being amazing. Vet, you are the man. Amy, you are the woman.
Thanks for
And
stating
Chad,
those facts.
You are
you are the pain in Vet's side. No, I'm just
you are Chad.
The
No,
word
we
in his
we
side.
really appreciate all you guys and everything Angry Vet Nation does. You know, they support so much stuff. I don't think people even realize how much they really do.
Be in prayer
So-
for AVN. Couple pretty big meetings coming up that can mean big things for us.
Ooh.
Big things.
I do want to give a quick little shout out to Chad.
Hey,
Why
we all
is
give
it
Chad
vacation?
crap, but I'm telling you, Chad is the man.
So since the Beyond the Quest website launched, I have been having to go through and copy and paste every question that we want saved into a Word document. And it's very time consuming. It's very tedious. But Chad got on there last night, and he added this handy dandy little button where I can now export it directly to an Excel document, and it's the small things that count. So I do appreciate that, Chad.
Well, it was probably because And he went through all that work to get MoonPie's package, get shot down immediately. So he's like, well, fine, I'm gonna go help Napkins then.
Guess I'll do something else productive.
You need to throw any plugs real quick, Napkins?
I don't have any on my list for today.
You're welcome. Now help me finish this portal. You have none?
No.
And now you wonder why we can't get sponsored.
There's some things with the sponsors that I have to address before I can plug them.
Oh.
Okay.
And MoonPie has already given.
Oh, he's
such a
going to do
great
another
plug
one. He's going to do another one.
to AVN.
I am?
Yeah, you are. You did so good.
Oh my gosh, have you heard of AVN?
Who's AVN?
Angry Vet Nation.
What do they do?
If you go and check out their website at angryvetnation.org, you're going to find out what they do.
Oh, I can't. My
Why don't you
computer's
tell
crap.
I'll tell you anyway. If you're a veteran or a first responder and you're interested in getting in the streaming world, AVN can help.
How?
You just go and sign up and fill out your application. Sure, you're a veteran or a first responder. They have a community of people to help you make it through, even if it's not gaming or streaming. If you need people to talk to, they're there.
But I want to stream, but my computer's crap.
Angry Vet Nation has the answer to that, too.
How?
Funding.
It's over budget.
MoonPies get the MoonPies.
Vet is just being stingy. 4K over budget isn't bad if you ask me.
We have a grading system for a reason.
Bum, bum, bum.
Seriously, anybody interested, go check out angryvetnation.org. Seriously, the best people ever. They are great. They are family. They've got your six for sure. If you have to be a veteran or a first responder, you wouldn't think you have to clarify that as much as we do, but you'd be surprised. Some people's kids, man. Some people's kids.
Right. Some people's kids.
Okay. Application spots are limited, so get on the list. They are limited, so get on the list if you are interested.
Ooh.
Oh, I forgot they changed that. They're only accepting a certain number of applicants per.
Yeah.
You better
Whatever
act
you call
quick.
Now for $19.99.
It's per budget cycle or whatever they said. I don't remember. But they only take a certain amount per certain period of time. It might be a month, it might be a year. I don't know. They only take a certain amount.
So do it fast.
If you ain't first, you last.
Medic.
And it
Yeah.
It does take some time to get through the process, so be patient with them. MoonPie has been at this for how long now?
Oh.
He started it and then just kind of forgot about it.
It's seriously, it sounds cheesy, but I'm very honored to have the AVN logo up beside Slim Chance Gaming. Seeing what Vet had a dream for and a passion for, even with all the obstacles that have come against them and everything, God has blessed them and has been bringing them up out of the ashes, and I'm blessed to be a part of it.
Amen.
What'd you say my name for, MoonPie?
How come you haven't made me an emoji?
I did.
You didn't.
You were on the screen, remember, for your singing.
I can't click on it here. See nothing I can click on.
You're wanting one I can use on my channel.
Yeah, because I see one for taco.
That
I
you
don't even
told
see a wadded napkin on it.
you told me to make the taco one.
I did. And you listened. I'm proud of that.
So now he's telling you to make more.
Well,
A wadded napkin. And we need a
Actually,
MoonPie.
you see that subscription goal on my screen, people? Once it hits that goal, it unlocks 2 more emote slots.
I don't see it. Where's it at?
Right under you, actually, on my screen. There's follower goal, subscription goal, and a bit goal.
See it.
Which I also have to learn all of that stuff and add my emotes.
18 out of 40 right now. And actually, when I go live to stream again, which I'm literally going to sit down and figure out to have it like a consistent schedule, there will be a 35% off on gifted subs going.
Nice.
Wow.
So, awesome sauce. Anybody else have anything before we wrap it up?
I got one other thought.
Okay.
I want to know.
I got one other thought.
I want to know what Vet and Amy was on whenever they came to the conclusion to make Chad the head honcho while they're on vacation, because I love you, buddy, but I feel like it might have been a poor judgment call.
I don't know. Best bosses we could ask for. I'm not gonna lie to you. After everything that AVN has been through, I gotta say, Chad is like, if I was a boss, Chad is the one employee I would definitely want. Like, he's the bomb. Don't let that go to your head. Awkward silence. Camera zooms in.
I don't know why it does that. It just does it on its own. But I feel like
Chad is genuinely one of the best employees I've ever had.
Oh.
Oh. And then next episode, Chad's probably done something, and we'll make fun of him.
It's something like gave out $4,000 over budget.
Oh, you guys.
Hey. You leave Chad alone.
If he wants to give money away, he can give
Chad's
money
going to get a wild hair and be like, you know what? You made me in charge.
You said I'm the boss for the week. And then
here.
They'll come back and the budget will be like completely gone, and they'll be like, what
guys.
happened? And Chad will just be like, I gave everybody bonuses because I thought they deserved it.
you went on a boat and you didn't invite Medic and his family. Thought you loved me.
Seeing Chad's comment makes me wonder how much it would cost to get Napkins to do the truffle shuffle on.
What is the truffle
Hey,
shuffle?
you guys.
I don't even know what that is.
guys.
I don't know what the truffle shuffle is.
Goonies stick together.
This is our day.
Goonies never say die.
I remember the Goonies. I just don't remember that.
Chunk, you don't remember him standing at the fence, raising his little shirt up, and doing his little.
Oh, that's what you want to get Napkins to do?
I will gladly pay $1. And I would offer it. I would offer more, but I'm afraid someone would take it as.
We
well.
literally pay people to watch Twitch streams. Hashtag dream job. Right? Hit a brother up.
For real.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Napkins, did you have anything else, sir?
Nope, I don't think so.
Always, we got to remember Vet and Amy for traveling, for prayers and safety. The mediocres, as they're always traveling. The revivals and camp meets coming up.
Remember those meetings.
Some guidance for me and the wife. And then
Remember those minds.
Ninja's neighbor, for sure.
Remember that
Stable,
neighbor.
but still trying to find the bleeding source. So remember that.
Oh, I do have my normal plugs.
I asked you for plugs. Well, go.
Don't forget to check out. Whoa! I can watch streams.
Not you, man, dude. Not you. You're not allowed. You're out.
You don't count.
Yeah.
Don't forget to check out slimchancegaming.com. That website is up and live. We also have beyondthequest.com. We've got our YouTube page at Slim Chance Gaming Crew. all of our socials are also linked at the Slim Chats Gaming website, including Facebook.
Yep.
You can also join our Discord, where somebody's always around on Discord, and if they're not, I do have it on my phone. So I've always got access to it. Also, I know I've mentioned this a couple times, but if you are in our Discord and you want to still get announcements whenever we go live or post videos, please let me know. There's two different ways I can do it. You can either get a notification whenever somebody goes live, you can get a notification whenever we post a video, or you can get both. I had to take the ping out where it pings everybody in the entire server because people was getting a little agitated at all the pings. So, and the only other thing I have is I want to know where Vet Namie's going on the big boat.
I don't know.
I'm nosy.
I don't know. Bahamas?
Oh, you lucky duck.
Never been. Never been. I miss the beach. My kids miss the beach. They keep asking me, and I'm like, sorry. Sorry, bro. And then one of them was like,
Unpopular opinion in the show.
Since you don't go to work, we don't go on vacation. I don't like it. I was like, it's hurtful. Unpopular opinion, what?
Unpopular opinion before we end the show. The beach is overrated.
Hurtful. Oh, and what was it? Oh yeah, Mario and Peach wedding on 4th of July. Be praying for that. That's awesome.
Yeah.
And
It happened. I just
phase 2 kicking off after their honeymoon for the
So we're gonna
thing.
be streaming
Awesome.
the ceremony.
not to
That would be awesome.
not to pat ourselves on the back or anything, but we kind of totally made that happen.
Yeah, we did.
And we didn't
We're
even
awesome.
get an invite.
We could have streamed it.
Where y'all getting married about? At? How's your mom and them?
How's your mommy
Tell
been?
me everything.
What color's the flowers?
What's your theme?
Marika.
Theme.
Marika.
Hello.
You know you have to shoot fireworks off at your wedding.
Yep.
You have to.
Requirement.
Instead of doing like the Unity sand or the Unity candle, they just light a Unity firework.
Right.
Yes. It'll be like a
Big
custom.
mortar
It'll
ones.
be a custom
That'd be cool.
AVN firework that has their.
I heard it's going to be a bang. You get a firework, it goes up and makes the AVN logo.
Right.
Bum, bum, bum.
Okay. Anything else, Napkins, before I ask you again? That's creepy, MoonPie. That's creepy.
It zoomed in right when I did that. How weird.
That
was
that'd be a killer idea. I'm just saying. I mean, it'd be even cooler if.
Are y'all gonna get married at the office? Because that would be cool.
Napkins wouldn't be there playing the music.
Napkins is like, he's like tore up. Like, why are we not streaming this? I will DJ.
be part of it.
Let Napkins wash your car beforehand. You drive off it. You drive off shiny.
All shiny. Give all the guests a sparkler. Setting all the guests on fire on accident. My bad.
I don't know if playing with fire around the new office is a good idea.
Too soon. Too soon. Too soon. Leave it to MoonPie.
Listen, we take this fire stuff seriously, okay? We see what's gonna happen.
Fire safety.
Safety MoonPie. We handle safety mediocrely.
No, kind of don't want to say this after Napkins hate, but we're thinking of a beach wedding. Well, see, the difference is I like the beach, and so does my kids. And they miss it, so bring us out there.
Mouth, insert foot.
Yeah. You bring us all out, and we'll leave Napkins here.
Yeah, we'll come out there for your wedding. And we'll stream it and be like, "Hey, Napkins, how's it back home?"
I'll be like,
Napkins
pretty
would
good
just be
with
sitting
these cars I'm cleaning.
Sorry to be at the wedding.
You sound so sad.
Every time this camera zooms in unexpectedly, it makes me feel super self-conscious.
I don't know. It's kind of creepy. A while ago, you're just smiling.
Yeah, it's just like weird.
Seriously, I'm excited for that. Congratulations. That's awesome.
Oh.
Vet,
Yeah.
be safe. Amy, keep him in line. Enjoy your vacation, even though we didn't get an invite. Chad,
I'm
don't
just
do.
saying,
It
where
loves
else
you.
are you going to find a sponsor that's going to sit and watch a 3-hour stream while they're sailing to the Bahamas on a cruise ship?
True.
Good point.
Chad, don't mess anything up. We love you, Chad.
Bum.
Till next time. Love
Click the
y'all.
button that says approved, Chad.
Jesus loves you more. Bye.
From the
Bye.
first flight to the game's last stand, we're chasing truth with controller in hand. Faith, adventure, stories untold. First responder, hearts brave and bold. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chomp's crew, come join the ride, with McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Beyond the quest, where the journeys meet, from the fires of life to the gaming heat. Slim Chomp's crew, come join the ride, with McMedic, Napkins, and Taco as your guide. Beyond the quest, where the stories grow, faith, fire, and games in the world we know. Adventure calls, the table is set, let's take the leap, our best quest yet.